So, when we last left our group of brave adventurers, they had... Gotta focus, I'm shifting into Halloween mode. The party had created a protest. They had organized a protest that is going to end with a train getting suplexed. Unfortunately, the act of organizing this protest also revealed its location to, anyone who wants to go.
Or anyone who wants to prevent...
There we go, Pith gets it.
Anyone who wants to prevent this said thing from happening.
You are correct.
I feel like we should commission, some black t-shirts with security on the back.
So here's the thing. Since Leviathan is powered by belief, and therefore anyone that shows up to attempt to stop it believes that it can happen, therefore they should also count towards that Leviathan count.
Oh, definitely. Absolutely. I can't deny that. They definitely... The act of believing that it is a risk means they must believe it is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's a win-win.
That being said, they're probably going to try to kill your saint.
Right.
Problem.
Luckily, we're the solution to that.
Liat. Oh, man. Where's that page on magic sacrifices?
I believe it is pinned.
Of course
in
it is.
General.
Because we're too fucking good at this.
Yes, it is.
Oh man, I forgot.
It's almost like we've needed to refer to this before.
Yes, we have.
It's almost like it's one of the most favorite things that we ever discovered.
I don't know what the aboleth and a wizard hat thing is, but I love it.
Thank you.
They ran
It was an event.
They ran into some aboleths who were quote unquote benevolent, and they were I needed something to make them seem less harmful, because they were honestly far less harmful than normal aboleths.
So you gave them hats.
Right, they were like imagine a vegan aboleth, oh whoa, hey man, no, we don't
enslave people.
We don't enslave anybody. I mean, we want some eggs and some sperm so we can make some slaves, but that's organic free-range slavery, bro. Nobody gets hurt. Which is
ethical slavery.
Right, which is it's progress for aboleths, I guess. And then of course there's Wizard Bezos. You haven't contacted him yet. That might be for the best.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to talk to Wizard Bezos, I'm gonna be honest with you.
The problem with Wizard Bezos is that anything you buy eliminates wealth from the setting forever.
Yeah.
And we all know how ethical the International Monetary Fund is. You can only imagine how ethical the Multiverse Monetary Fund is. This contract just has a middle finger on it. Yeah, you're gonna sign or not. Okay. Okay. So, what now? If I recall correctly, you guys were all hanging out at the Sapphire Shield Tavern.
That is correct. I believe we just made our announcement.
Yes, you had made the announcement. You got word to the Fae when and where you're gonna need the drugs.
Yep, we did that.
Sorry, I have to put it out there that I am baffled. I don't understand why you guys were so scared of the Bavanshi, and at the same time, there are other things that I've put before you that are way more terrifying, and you're like, yeah, whatever, we'll just kill it.
The Vavanch, is that suddenly magic, or?
No, right
that was
here.
The thing that drained all of Psalm's blood.
Right. The wife of the Lord of
Yeah.
House Omera.
The thing is, Ranald, that we fear the implications of breaking the laws of hospitality far more than we fear, like, death.
Yeah,
Well,
there
like,
it is.
8-foot tall ogre? I know what I have to do here. Weird fairy creature with innumerable laws, and not just that, but the fabric of society at bay? Okay, you make a fair point. What
Yeah.
do we
There
do
you
here? I don't know. We have to talk like human beings?
We don't have a script for this.
Fuck. We threw out his name!
So, I guess our next questions are, one, where can we go to get Psalm healed up the rest of the way?
Well,
Because
the
if I remember correctly, you still had some damage.
obvious answers are alchemist to
well-
create...
Well, we had. I have 2 negative levels, negative con left, and we.
Oh, well then how many days
we
do we have
yeah,
to
we
prepare?
Yeah, there
stated
will be 3 more days.
Yeah,
Alright.
so it's like I had like 12, and you're like, oh, it's in a week, so we just healed me up to where I could recover within that time,
Yes.
basically.
Yep.
So you don't have to actually take me anywhere else. I will
Okay.
just naturally recover.
Well then,
That's what it
maybe
say.
we
Your
should
choices
go...
are alchemist shop, temple, underhanded elven blood transfusion.
Should we survey the area where we're going to do this deed and see if there's any preparations we can make to dissuade people who would intervene?
That's not necessarily a bad idea.
That is a good idea.
I've been known
Yeah.
to have a...
It's going to be a big chaotic space, and it's kind of hard to prepare an ambush or.
If
I
there
mean,
are vantage points.
Yeah, that would be like a good idea.
That's true.
Would it be possible that they stop the train early and then send an envoy ahead of it?
Possibly.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I see against that would be the impression I get of these guys is that they're pretty arrogant, and stopping the train would be kind of an admission of weakness. And
I agree with you guys.
I don't know. I think that they might want to really avoid that.
In
So I bet they're
addition,
going to try to get someone in before the train comes through.
Connor is faithless. He may not... As a machine, he may be literally incapable of understanding what we're trying to accomplish.
So he might send no one.
I mean, he'll probably send someone just to shut us up, but I don't think he's going to go do anything as extreme as, I don't know.
Massacre everybody there.
Right. Also, that'd be terrible for PR.
And he cares
He would
about
want to
that
make
now.
he would want to make an example of us, or even if it's not him. I mean, what about the Black Hand and what's his name, the Never Ever
Never.
Never.
Yes, they would definitely want to stop us because they believe that what's going to happen is possible. Because they themselves are trying to do it.
So our Fey allies are going to be doing work to like make this whole thing work. They're going to be like the ones siphoning the power in the right way, right? Is that the deal?
I believe they're providing concessions.
I guess the question is, do we have any allies who might join in and help in the fight?
I mean, hopefully there isn't going to be a fight.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that seems like a job worthy of the... what are they called? Way Watchers?
Yes. Well, I think the Way Watchers will only be concerned if any elven citizens get hurt. If we all get attacked or killed, they're not going to bat an eye.
That's fine. You're more concerned with the crowd, though.
Oh, absolutely.
They
that
can
being
safeguard
said,
them.
maybe we can. The outcasts will be coming. They're a little bit more rough and tumble, a little bit more politically malleable. Maybe we can ask them to do some sort of security.
That giant bug man did look formidable.
Oh, he is.
That is a very.
I mean, Aaron is probably even more dangerous, but that's mainly because we don't usually hang out with like top end spellcasters. I mean, except some. But his stuff is a little more specific.
The Pugman isn't necessarily powerful as he is capable. Like, he can do anything. Like,
A very good description.
Right, like
He's
I need you to consume this child. Done. Excuse me?
He's amazingly sneaky too. I mean, sometimes I've walked over to him, put a hand on him because I thought it was part of a tree, and then realized it was him. So,
That's also true.
I mean, he's very sneaky.
He's very sneaky and has no moral compass. But he's only like a level 6 character. Like, I think technically I have to put him on chaotic neutral because he has no, like, he's not evil. He just doesn't care.
Oh, he cares about people he cares about.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. But like, nothing has any moral dimension to him. Why do you care about these people? Because they are good to me, and I like them.
Good
What-
enough reason for anything.
Right. What about these people? I've never met them. I don't care. Oh.
I was reading for some reason the thought occurred to me today of what would happen if Dexter found out about Hannibal Lecter. So I was kind of going down that level.
I think they'd like each other.
No.
Why
I mean, Hannibal might
might
Hannibal might like some parts of Dexter.
like the liver.
Yeah, with a little bit of the right spices.
I feel like whenever Hannibal finds someone that he might remotely consider a colleague, what he always describes as their failing is what he would call naivete. I feel like he would say that Dexter is naive. And I don't know enough about Dexter to determine how offended by that he would be.
Not at all.
Okay, fair enough.
Not at all. He'd just be. I mean, I would tend to give a matchup to Dexter simply because he's a more specialized creature.
Right.
I mean, he has evolved to kill things like Hannibal.
Right.
So, whereas Hannibal's more evolved to kill rude people.
Right. Well, I think we're gonna have a contest of age versus skill. Hannibal's been in the game longer than Dexter has, so maybe.
It also depends which Hannibal are we going with, because like Silence of the Lambs Hannibal, you could probably get the drop on simply because he's older fellow.
Right.
But if you're talking Hannibal
Mads
TV,
Mikkelsen.
he's like at the top of his game.
Right. Mads Mikkelsen is
true.
peak Hannibal.
But
Yeah.
I would argue that Mads Mikkelsen Hannibal is not as good a fighter as some other versions of Hannibal.
That's also true.
Like in the book. I mean, if you think about it, he had a very, very tough fight with Jack Crawford, and he had a
Very
very tough
true.
fight. And I don't think that Dexter would have blinked an eye taking down Jack Crawford. It would have taken him seconds. So it's the matchup in Dexter that happened a few times was him against a very highly skilled special forces operative, and it was a joke. I mean, it wasn't even a fight. It was just like, yeah. So
I would say I feel like I have a lot of skin in this game, despite the fact that I've never actually seen Dexter.
Oh, okay. I love Hannibal
uh,
too. So it's just like, you know, but
Cap explained it to me as Dexter walked so Hannibal could run.
Yes, that sounds accurate.
yeah, Hannibal is it was a fascinating show, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
But as we were talking
Okay,
about, before we got into serial killers, we're talking about a whole different kind of killer.
It was, you know, my bug guy, you know, so
Right, yes.
who I was thinking is very Dexter-like in some ways. So.
Very, but at the same time, like, he could watch, I don't know, some barbarians spit roast a baby and just, like, he wouldn't care. Like, his greatest concern would be for their culinary technique. If asked about it, he would say, "Not my baby." That's what I mean when I say capable. You can ask him to do things that would be considered inhuman, completely monstrous, and if he has no skin in the game, cool. I'm down for whatever.
But yes, I just want to see whether or not we're having this fight on the ground or on some sort of railway bridge, 100 feet up in the air.
So, Selena volunteers. I can scry it for you.
Sure.
It would take time to get there. Unless you guys
Fair
want
enough.
to head out now. That's fine. I was about to say, if you guys want to skip ahead to heading out and scouting out the location and figuring that out, that's totally doable.
Have we dealt with the all the logistics we need to deal with in terms of getting the people to the party that need to be there, getting the food there, getting the drugs there, all that's
The
taken
Fae
care
are
of,
going
right?
to be able to handle that. Like a mass tree walking spell is going to be able to get everyone to where they need to go. But if you use that, you're only going to be able to show up alongside everybody else.
Right. No. I basically just wanted to make sure that there wasn't anything any I's we had to dot, T's we had to cross in order to.
That's also a very good question, because once you guys head out, unless you have some very quick way of going back, there's no going back.
Ah. Gotcha. I didn't realize how far away it was.
When we start on this road trip, if you have to
We're not
pee,
turning this car around.
We're not turning this car around for anything. And if you have to piss, you're going to piss in a bottle, okay, kid?
This is sort of like in the video game where you have to finish up all the side quests before because you move to a new chapter.
You must gather your party before venturing forth. But right now, you've got you've got food, drugs, and entertainment. Food, drugs, entertainment, and you've got a bunch of witnesses. You've got a bunch of witnesses. You got like
Witness!
They all kind of know like what the deal is. Like they all know what's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, no, they are showing up for what is ostensibly going to be a protest of the Moloch Express, and Mary has claimed that she personally is going to end it. All she needs is for everyone to believe. Clap your hands if you believe in the destruction of the Moloch Express. So they're going to they're at baseline skepticism. So let's assume on a scale of 1 to 5, 3 is baseline skepticism. Like, I mean, I guess it's possible, but they could probably fail. And 1 is there's not a chance in hell. The drugs are definitely gonna bump everything up to baseline 4 on plausibility. Like, well, I mean, I guess I've seen a reason why it wouldn't happen. happen. And 5 is true belief. Like 5 and 1 are actually kind of hard for people to get to.
I mean, okay, so answer me this.
You got it.
Elves are renowned for their musical ability, correct?
This is correct.
We should get some bards.
Okay.
Oh fuck, this not right.
Let's turn this into a real party.
Okay. You're gonna have to spend coin on this because you used up all of your time arranging everything politically and oratorily.
I have 35 astral diamonds in my personal funds.
Well,
We have some. We have a lot of
I'm not
wood.
promising them all of that, but that's what I have to work with.
however much money you spend will just proportionally increase the entertainment.
Okay.
Elves love mithril too. I mean, there seems to be a lot of mithril stuff here, and they don't probably have any. You know, we don't like mine in the wilds. I hear it's all from far south.
Yep. The only place that mithril comes from is from the Hell Jungle. Well, every once in a while there's a small deposit here and there, but most of that gets claimed by the underground, and you have to either like trade with the Drow or the Myconids or the Duragar or something. And that's presuming that you know that the Drow, Duragar, and Myconids exist, which a lot of the surface does not. I don't know if you guys even know if the Underdark exists.
Meredith knows the language.
Did we not get like a little taste of the Underdark when
No, you guys were way
the-
above on the reels.
well, right, but we still ran into like a drow
Oh yeah, you guys did run
Yeah.
into a Drow.
and an actual Duragar, right? He was a dark
Yeah.
dwarf
Right.
Yeah, in
working on the motorbike.
Ford.
Oh, that's true. Okay, yeah, you did
Oh, yeah,
find
yeah,
the
yeah.
Drider and the Duragars, so, and you do know that they came from deeper below. So even if you don't know a lot about the Underdark, it's plausible. You guys would have to believe. Well, I guess there's some shit that's even deeper underground that has dwarves and weird dark elves that turn into spiders down there. I don't really know a lot about it, but there's something
Since
down
what-
there.
It's in Solandra's account, so you know that's worth something.
That's also
In spending mithril, I cannot. I spent all of my share.
Fair enough.
I've
But yeah,
divided
you guys,
it up.
You guys
Oh, we
can
split it up?
definitely-
I thought it was still party
Nope.
funds.
Well, I mean, it's written in the party funds, but I kept
How
track
much
of everyone.
how much is the Reaver bike is left?
76.3 pounds out of the original 130. Each one has about 12.2k,
Okay.
except for Cass, which has 4.1k,
Beautiful.
or rather 35% of one share.
I'm gonna delete the Reaver bike out of my character sheet since you're keeping track of it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fair enough. But yeah, you could definitely trade mithril for entertainment. Because like an astral diamond is like 100 gold pieces, so like yeah, it's just a matter of how much you're willing to spend. Because yeah, elves do love them some music, and you could definitely hire some elven bards. But you're not gonna have like a lot of time to negotiate or get to know these guys. This is just I throw money at the problem and I make it a music.
Mhm.
You will get generic no-name brand elf music, which is pretty good.
It's pretty damn good.
It's pretty, you know, better than listening to the wind.
Well, actually, the person I'm going to consult with, because she seems to be kind of cool and checked in, is our innkeeper. She and innkeepers tend to know the music scene, so maybe we can get something a little bit better than just the generic.
This is correct. Smartly done. Oh, come on. What do we got? Random bad name generator. Give it to me. No, god damn it. Bad generator. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. So do you want to go hard, or do you want to make something a little moody?
This is Cass. She'll probably go for hard. I mean, literally, if Cass can sniff out the punk scene in town, if such a thing exists, she'll find it.
Well,
I mean, is there anything more punk rock than derailing a train that is the means of production?
I don't know if there is anything more punk than that. I know
Well,
these guys,
it's pretty metal too.
I know these guys, they're a little too heavy for my establishment. But, you know, sometimes they go underground, if you know what I mean. They're called Corpse Catapult.
It's an interesting name. Okay. Are they good? I mean, some people are just noise. I mean, that's it's understood. And noise has its time and place, but we would like to have our noise be kind of like something that people can really rev up with.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It's not just random noise. It's beautifully crafted, melded noise.
Cool. That
there's
sounds
gonna
right.
be hard rhythms, harsh distortion. They're gonna bring some harsh vibes, but they will be powerful vibes.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to rev people up for like ripping a train off the tracks. So yeah, that sounds right.
I think you came to the right girl, and I'm gonna point you to the right guys.
Fantastic.
Okay.
So Corpse Catapult is a couple of
We have to save that name.
Mhm.
Yep.
Corpse Catapult.
Musicians acquired. Corpse Catapult. Yeah, you find some rather low-class housing, which is still pretty opulent compared to, normal human housing. And in what would ostensibly be the garage of this household are a bunch of rather young elves. When I say like rather young, they're only a century old,
Oh wow, they're children.
Right, yeah, no, they're babies.
Just older than Slandra.
Exactly.
And Slandra's just like in her early 90s.
Right, like she's just past elf puberty, basically. Yeah, these guys, they've got... I kind of want to kit them out with modern instruments, just because, like, we have guns, so modern instruments are not off the table.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So like they definitely, have like a big old drum kit. Obviously magical amplification is part and parcel. And then we've got someone on keys, someone on guitar, someone on vocals. I don't want to say a singer, because what he's doing would not technically be considered singing. But he's definitely making noises with his mouth, and they get you very amped up. There is a special spellcaster who is just there for bending noise.
That's cool.
Well, I mean,
I'm picturing like the train screeching in time to the music.
Right, like that's something that he will be able to do on the fly. Like something where like DJ meets sound producer.
you know something. The perfect song for this episode just occurred to me.
Yeah, lay it on me, man.
Just give me a second.
This was my my thought for it.
Oh boy. Skuld. And I mean, like, the negotiations don't take very long. It's just like a, hey, we're gonna derail this train, and they're like, cool, we need to get paid. and they're like, sick. You throw down.
Great choices.
You throw down 2,000 gold, and they'll be yours. They assure you this money is going to go to a good cause.
All right, do I win that round?
Very well played.
That's a very good question, Discord.
Just if I have to open the link anyway, why?
Discord
Suffer.
jerking Pith's chain.
Yeah.
And Aqualung's such a good album. Anyway, yeah, I'll sort that out through party funds.
And they're just like, we'll be there. These might be the most metal elves you've ever seen.
I'm actually gonna sort of play up the fact that this is like in terms of exposure, in terms of like this, we're giving you the money, but if you put on like you could change everything. You could change the way people listen to music if you get to this right. People are gonna be listening to this all over Septemport.
Give me a delicious diplomacy roll.
It's a natural 16 for
Not bad.
33.
Hey!
They're willing to cut 1,000 off, but they make it clear that, hey man, everything you pay us is going back into the movement. So, but like, we still have our pride out there. You know what we mean.
I'm not asking them to cut their price. I'm asking them to play their hearts out. Basically, is what I'm saying. They can really change stuff.
Oh Lord, and they're like, oh yeah. We are going to make sure that when people think of this miracle, they're gonna think of Corpse Catapult. They're gonna think that we want in on this. We were coming to find you actually, but we're really disorganized.
It's a big city.
It's a big city. We didn't know exactly where to find you, and we were really busy getting our jam on.
You're elves. You're on a different schedule than the rest of us. I get it. But when I heard about you guys, I knew you were the right ones to deal with this. We want to change shit. Maybe even change the way people think about what fucking justice is. That's what my dream is. I mean, for the most part, these guys think justice is like about law, order, tradition. But that's not justice, right? I mean, justice is about people doing the right thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, we could put some fucking shitty rules in a book and say you gotta follow them, but that ain't justice.
No. So, let's change the argument. This is justice. This shit is justice.
Oh dear God. Okay. I'm getting bad ideas. Yeah, like these are some very sort of like dregs of society elves. At the same time, they're probably very privileged by your standards. But they're definitely they're down with the message. They are indeed down with the sickness. But you'd be like, yeah, man, people starve to death, and they'd be like, excuse me? What? You live in a society where people can starve to death? A little bewildered, but they would definitely recognize that as being fucked up. In a way that other elves might not. Other elves would shrug their shoulders and be like, hey man, you fucking chose to be humans. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. You ever think about that? Whereas these people will say, that's fucked up. I didn't know that happened in other societies. And you're like, oh God, these guys.
Well done, Cass.
Yeah, they seem like they're good for the job.
But they are very heavy. And I don't think, like, once people get there, the musical tastes are not going to turn them away. It's just going to be
Not what they're expecting,
right.
but perfect for the moment.
Oh yeah. They scream punk with all the youthful vitality and poor decision making that goes along with it. So, anything else before you guys head out?
I think that's it.
All right, you've got food, drugs, entertainment,
Music.
especially music. Big on the music, and you have a legion of witnesses. How much is a legion? How much is that?
By here's the
3,000.
Might and Magic standard, it's over 1,000.
Well, I mean, if you're Roman Legion, I think was like 3,000 troops and like a bunch of irregulars.
3,000 to 6,000.
Damn. You do not have a legion. You have something a little bit less than a legion. You have like 2,000 some odd.
Less than half of what I hoped for.
Oh, but more than enough for what you need.
Well, we also have people from the wilds, you know, we're being brought in. And we have the thing, don't we have a thing to show people what's going on across? Oh, is that going to work?
No, you have to physically be there. We
Yeah.
discussed this like three or 4 sessions ago
Yeah.
when we were talking to the old lady. She said that the magic only worked if you were actually there.
Some people might be dreaming of it, and that will help a little bit, but the effect goes off sharply with distance.
We're bringing some humans from the not the outskirts, but like the areas, the day trippers probably.
Yeah,
To
so
bring
day
us in
trippers
those.
are gonna show up. And you've got a bunch of elves who are upset. The Fae would love to join, but they can't because if they get too close to the train, they'll fucking cough up a lung and die. But if the Sermon on the Mount can multiply breads and fishes, then I feel like you've got as many people as a Sermon on the Mount.
Was there something we wanted Aziz's students for? I'm blanking on it a little bit, but I thought we were talking about that too. Something to do with Aziz.
I think there was some suggestion, but there was just like no way to contact them.
Like if we could somehow either enlist the help of Aziz's students or bring them here, or maybe their magic was strong enough to help us in some way, but
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
the logistics of getting them here was probably not going to allow it to happen.
That is correct. Not a bad idea,
Yeah, not
but
that
getting from A to B, ooh, not easy.
Do we have a plan B?
Plan B?
Mary says, I think plan B is I get crushed by a train.
What I mean is, if we can't generate enough power to derail the train, is there something else we can do to stop it?
I
Blow
mean,
the
I'm
rail.
about to say, I can definitely... If I can't derail it, I will be able to stop it. If I can't stop it, it's going to crush me. But thankfully,
what
that's
about-
not going to happen.
Careful with your contingency plans. Preparing for a scenario in which this doesn't work.
Means
Oh,
that
yeah,
you don't
no, that-
believe.
Well, you know, I mean, it's not my beliefs. It's going to be the thing. I'm going to be busy.
Ever,
kicking
everyone's
ass.
belief.
Your
matters.
belief will help, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, I was just wondering, like, getting a Bailoff to be in the neighborhood, maybe to, if worst comes to worst, we get the Bailoff to fuck up the tracks.
Save your Bailoff. That was the plan. We should have led with that from the start.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, that's Operation 2. If I get crushed.
Yeah, all right.
Of course, I think if I get crushed to death, we'll have other problems, like finding a new saint.
If you get crushed to death, then I think there's going to be long-lasting consequences for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't let the child of my god get crushed under a train.
No, that's not good. That would be bad.
No.
I think my dad would be upset with that. I mean,
Yeah.
he and I don't exactly see eye to eye, but he does still care about me. And if that sort of thing happened, I think he'd get angry. And if he got angry, I'm going to consciously choose not to think about what happens if Papa Hulk gets angry.
Yeah.
Meredith.
So that's not going to happen to you.
That's not gonna happen. Meredith, your mind is awash with the rage of the Hell Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Nations will be rent asunder. Demons will die. Devil Lord contracts will be broken. The abyss and hell will be thrown into chaos. It would be bad.
But on the plus side, if Mary dies, Holt might be so pissed off that he destroys the Moloch Express. Which
That's not a good case scenario. That's like...
We're really
you see how
got
that's bad, right?
a peanut in the steaming pile of shit there, Calf.
That's worse.
okay.
You see how that's worse, right?
Yeah, the Moloch Express would be derailed because the Demon King would be riding the Hell God up to personally knock it over.
And then the world would end.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
it wouldn't
that
end.
wouldn't be ideal.
Unfortunately, everybody wants the world to end because that means it's over and we don't need to worry about things anymore. But no, it would just be a minor apocalypse, which means, sadly, y'all fuckers are gonna have to keep living in the post-Hell Emperor world.
okay, so probably better if Mary lives.
Yes.
Yes, so start believing in that shit.
I was about to say, if
Although,
you're going to be thinking about the mission's failure, you can stay here in the Elven City.
strangely enough, I do feel like his anger at my death would be directly proportional to how embarrassing it was. Anyway, I don't know, just a thought.
Just a thought, just a feeling.
Just a feeling, like if I died in one-on-one combat, like, oh, that's kind of embarrassing, that's kind of bad. He's gonna be a little sour about that. If I died in my sleep of an aneurysm, hey, it happens. Can't get too
Cass
upset
does not
about
ha-
that. My daughter dies trying to perform a miracle. Ooh!
Cass does not have a particularly high bluff, so anyone with a decent sense motive knows that Cass is just fucking with Mary. So
Okay, good.
you guys still there?
Yes.
The wrath of the Hell Emperor.
Very quiet.
We all just had the same thoughtful pause.
All of us processing at the same time.
How many legs that thing got on the rest of its body?
Unclear.
Unclear. It looks like it's a centipede type deal.
Might be a centipede, might be snake. Unclear.
I was thinking snake, but yeah, you're right. Those little spikes in the side could be like proto legs.
Or they
I
could
don't like
just
that.
be things that
don't
prevent him
like-
from lowering his arms. Like, nope, sun's out, guns out, arms up. These colors don't
Nope.
run.
If you lower your arms, you're a bitch.
Right.
He just rests the arms against the spikes and lets them sink in because he doesn't give a fuck.
Fucks given, absolute 0. So you guys, so do you head out to find the site before everyone else goes there, or do you go through the tree stride?
I think we should just go.
Yeah, I think we should get there before everyone else.
All right, fair enough. You head out quick and early. Do any of y'all have any way to speed up the transportation process?
I don't think I do.
Could we rent horses or some sort of animal to
I was about to
Help us with
suggest
that?
that. Yes. You guys can throw down 200 gold pieces and hire an elven carriage to get you there toot sweet.
Okay.
And it also means that you guys, like, your options are spend some money or show up exhausted or spend some resources. But spend some
if
gold.
not to be spent? What are resources for?
Hoarding.
How much does the scroll of Mass Phantom Steed cost, I wonder?
That's a very good question.
The Phantom Seed just... Can't it give you...
Is there
It's
first
Phantom
one?
Steed Communal. It's a level 4 for Bard and Stork,
That's
and
fine.
a level 3 for Summoner.
Up to 6 quasi-real horse-like creatures. You're throwing a lot of weird terms at me, Pathfinder OSD.
Was I real?
The thing that gets me is horse-like. What the fuck is it if not a horse?
You can make it look almost like what you want to.
Right, it just needs to be like some sort of quadruped. Fuck it, it's a crab. Who gives a shit? So a 4th level sorcerer spell goes for 800 gold.
Alright, that's good enough.
So hiring
So
real
it's-
horses is probably going to be cheaper. By which it
Yeah.
means it is cheaper because I charged it at 200. Because that made sense to me. Just like horse, carriage, security
Elven-
deposit.
This is a spell I will be taking next level because it is actually, like, we do a lot of this traveling. I did not expect to
There to
need
be
this.
overland.
What?
Yeah.
What? So much traveling in a mountain the size of Texas? Well, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is...
You get teleport too at some pretty early, don't you?
I don't think summoners get teleport.
think they do.
They do.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, at 4th level. So, 4th level spells. So I can't take any of those yet, but I will be taking that one for sure.
Very, very handy.
And of course, the best
Oh, that's
part
next
about
level.
the best part about basic teleport is the potential for fuckery.
Yeah, it was Salandra kind of managed to squeak through without any horrible incidents happen.
I love how, if, like, evil Salandra got a hold of... Isn't she the one that...
Selena.
Selena.
Oh,
The one with the dreadnought, or
Yeah.
who's the captain of the dreadnought? Yeah, Selena. Could she cast Skeleton Crew and just fucking command
no.
that shit by herself? Oh, okay.
He wasn't a spellcaster back then.
Yeah, she was only using books out of her spell book that she had memorized that day. Once she had spent them, she wouldn't be able to cast them anymore.
Right.
That was a very bizarre, extenuating circumstance that I allowed her to have to fuck you guys over. Dark Selena! Lightning bolt. But yes, potentially. But yeah, you guys show up and there is just a length of train track, a big train track. Like, remember, the Moloch Express is fucking huge. It's like twice the width of a normal train.
Heavier the rails themselves.
Hmm?
How thick are the rails? I mean, do the rails look like they could be damaged easily?
Oh, the rails are dummy thick, and they're electrified.
Hmm.
Electrified and magic resistant.
I guess the question is, do we want to, if we put like some garbage on the tracks, like trees or whatever, to slow the train down a little bit so that Mary has a longer window, does that show a lack of faith on our part in the miracle happening?
That would, yes.
Yes.
A miracle is mind and spirit over matter. Throwing trees in front of it mean that matter is overcoming matter. And if you want me to pick up that train with my body, I'm going to die. Cuz that thing is too fucking heavy.
Hmm.
That's why the Hulk doesn't need a gym day.
Right. It's why the Hulk's pants still fit.
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle. Hashtag miracles.
I suppose a betting pool would also show lack of faith. Crap. Oh well.
Well, only if you bet whether or not she can do it. If you have different terms, no harm there.
No, but someone has to bet against in order for there to be any chance of betting for.
No, I
Sure,
mean,
but-
like, it could be, does she,
How far does she throw the ball?
exactly,
Oh, okay. And just, I don't know, if someone says 0, you, I don't know, shoot them.
exactly.
No haters allowed.
No, 0 is just not an option.
Right, yeah, no, we just take that off the board.
Put a 1 in front of it.
Yeah, the person with 0.1 feet wins.
And hey,
If-
0.1 feet means I still moved it. There's also like a big clearing around the track. But that that cleared area of land is surrounded by trees. So like
Harlan,
the track make a corridor through the wilds.
I've been watching you in fights for a while, and it always strikes me that when you can be far away and like just have, the trouble is when people get up close to you. So maybe we should spend a little bit of time setting up a good blind for you.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, the trick is, like the whole area is if you put Harlan in a blind, that means that there will be some area he won't be able to cover.
Well, I mean, it seems
That's
like
true. Y'all want to be watching your backs or your fronts?
it seems like whoever comes for us is going to have to come for Mary, and so Mary is our goat. She's the target. I mean, that it's not like we're putting her out there as bait. It's just that's the nature of what we're doing is protecting her. So couldn't we find a spot where Harlan has like a great vantage on where Mary's going to be?
True, but there is just going to be a lot of ground for him to cover.
It was also getting me to think about the possibility of snipers doing the same thing to Mary, but
I'll check.
offensively.
I'll check for that, and I think we can scout for it, and when my friends get here, we can double check.
What? You think I would send a sharpshooter? What are you talking about?
It's not like we've
Cool.
pissed one of those off recently.
Yeah, it's not like one of those. Yeah, we pissed off one of those guys, so now they have something to fucking prove versus us.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I'm not talking about anything.
Well, yeah,
Oh, no, of
nothing.
course
Don't. Never mind.
I've seen Mary catch like bullets, I think, right? Back in the fortress, didn't she catch bullets? Yeah, I saw her do that.
Yeah, I can catch a bullet if I can see it coming.
You're kind of going to be concentrating on something else.
Exactly.
Selena, do you know the spell for protection from missiles? I can only use it on myself.
Do I know the spell for protection from missiles? No. What? Do you think I got shot at a lot at the library?
Maybe.
No.
I know wind wall. Does that stop bullets?
No.
That's what I thought.
Unfortunately, like, it stops arrows and everything else, but secret weapon versus wind wall, gun. Sorry.
Does wind? Yeah.
Yeah, I know how to do it instinctively, but it means I have to pull my magic to me, which means I'm freaking starting to lose it, and it's something I'd like to hold off on until I know I'm in a fight. So I usually won't have it like, on me until.
Right, and that could create some potential problems.
I feel like maybe putting Harland in like a sniper's nest might be like a bad idea, because then what if Harlan gets in trouble? No one's there to help him. Like, what if?
Well, yeah, I mean the same's true for you. I mean, I think you, if
Well,
you
right,
can-
but what I'm saying is like kind of keeping everybody close by, even though if Harlan gets surrounded, it might be bad for him.
Splitting the party has its advantages and it has its disadvantages.
Yeah.
It's a choice that y'all can make, but good point. Good point in pointing out that if you split up, that means there's more ground to cover.
and unless you have some way of covering ground fast or some way of, stuff at range. In terms of you, if I were someone who knew what we could do, I would use someone who has range to target you some, and that take out Zadru with one thing.
And Zadru remarks, thankfully we can assume, and I hope, that most people don't understand our connection.
Yeah, you can. It's a two-way street, but still.
Plus, they can't target me if they can't see me.
Ring of invisibility on, ring of invisibility off.
Alright, so that's good. You're covered. I would like to figure out some way that we can keep Harlan at range, because he's so good when he's at range.
Well, if I could
The sniper's
get up
nest
in the
is not a
most
bad
close-
idea, but it just means that he's going to as much ground. The downside of the sniper's nest is that he'll have a lot of ground to cover. So like, there's a chance that I'm not saying there's a penalty. There's an invisible penalty going into the perception check he's going to make for trying to find anyone doing something untoward. But if he spots them, he'll be able to do something about it. And if you're able to mark them, he'll be able to do something about that too. But like when it comes to an assassination attempt, like seconds are valuable. So like it'll be like, Harlan, you don't see anything. Selena marks enemy. Harlan gets to make an attack. That's 10 seconds that's lost on the assassination attempt. That's one round. That could mean success or failure. Probably not, but
But it could.
Right, but it could. And at the same time, I don't think anybody's gonna try to like kill Harlan, and if they do, he'll be in a big old sniper's nest. They'll be like, oh shit, what's happening to Harlan? Scorching Ray. All of the wizards from the wizard school cast magic missile. Fuck.
Harlan is pelted to death with magic baseballs.
Oh, the other
He
way
died as he lived.
The other way around, his assailant is pelted to death with magic baseballs. Fuck.
Druid casts Awaken on the tree Harlan's in.
a brief aside story time. I don't know what happened or what the exact background of the story is, but like, a three-person party was trying to like rob a wizard school, and the rogue was like, I'm gonna just go in there and see if I can like take all their shit during graduation. And the monk and the fighter were like, oh cool, we'll go fuck with the graduates, and they all immediately died because they were like, they went to the ceremony and like started a giant fight and immediately ate 100 d4 plus 100 and died immediately. The
Right, because
wizard-
they assaulted wizards.
Right. Well, they're all
That's-
just level 1 wizards, but there was like 100 of them. So the fighter takes 100 d4 plus 100, and then the monk takes 100 d4 plus 100, and they're both just dead. Because no one eats 200 damage and lives. They were like level 10, and yeah, like a level 10 character, level 1 wizard, no problem. You just smack them in the face. But if you eat 100 magic baseballs, you die.
This is the whole thing of like how many goblins does it take to kill a fucking party?
Right. If you throw enough goblins at the party will die.
Adam made a pigeon summoning druid build that he 1v1'd a fucking dragon with it. He just choked it to death on pigeons.
I find the 5th edition kobolds are really, really nasty because they have the pack tactics and they do decent damage even though they have no hit points. 'Cause
Mhm.
they have a high dex and they use a finesse weapon. So it's like kobolds are nasty as fuck because you throw 20 kobolds at someone, it takes a little while to kill them, and meanwhile you're getting stabbed to death with advantage
I was about to
over and
say,
over.
pack tactics means they get advantage on attack rolls if there's another kobold, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you're
That's
fucked.
20.
You're fucked, mister.
Yep. They just swarm over you and poke you.
Right, and you just fucking die. Unless your armor class is absurd. And even then, armor classes don't get that high in 5th edition anymore. Which is probably a good thing, but you know, whatever.
Except for blade singers.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, man.
So yeah, right. So the option presented for the council is: do we put Harlan in a sharpshooter position?
I think I should be.
I think
You're a better at.
I just wanted to point out that like he might be he would be safer with us, but he would be less useful with us. I think is like what I was trying to say.
You need a vantage point.
Risk,
Yeah.
risk is reward.
I-
A tale is old as time.
I think the thing we have to do is make a good nest that's not going to be found. So that's going to take a little time and effort. I'm trying to remember. Cass would know this. Zodru's good in the woods? Who else is good in the woods?
You.
Yeah, I think that's just you.
Yeah.
I don't know how high Zodru's survival is.
What about-
Is it Sam or Zodru who has the high survival? One of you has high survival.
Zadru has a 10, and Sam has like fucking nothing. Pretty sure.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I've lived a day or two on the astral void. No problem. I mean, it's not exactly the same as the prime material plane, but you know the same principles apply.
Okay, well, let's make a nest.
Do you want to? So what's your ideal nest, and we'll see how close you get to it.
Probably like a very, if they're some of the trees in the wilds are freaking huge.
They get big.
Like one that has kind of a natural fork that's large enough for Harlan to kind of crouch in.
Wiggle in, brace his rifle.
Yep.
Alrighty then. The two of you give me
It-
some
it has
survival
a-
rolls.
Okay.
You got it.
That's a natural 18. Not bad. 28.
I got an unnatural 18.
Ooh. All right. Survival.
Serval.
You heard what he said. +4 +2 is +6, 35. You find a fantastic tree to put a delightful gun hammock in. It's a hammock that Harlan gets to live in with his gun.
Right.
I
And
guess just keep on coming.
just to have it try to look as natural as possible and cover as much of him as possible.
Yeah, you're able to put it in the canopy. Not like in the canopy, but like you're able to put it on like a branch with some leaves. Anyone from below could very easily mistake him for part of the tree. Anyone from above won't be able to see him. This creates the small problem that Harlan won't be able to see anything above him. But based on what height he's at, unless you have an invisible flying sharpshooter, that's not gonna happen.
And if we do, then that's a whole other set of problems.
Right, if that's gonna happen, then just fucking have Harlan execute all of you, because just fuck it. Invisible flying sharpshooter has arrived, and Reynold has decided to end the game early.
What range do you have on that thing? Does it will it reach?
Yes.
So I'm sure.
80 feet is the rifle range.
Is this we're able to find it within 80 feet of where we're going to be on the tracks?
Well,
near
it
the
can
tracks?
move. It can fire 3 range increments beyond its normal range increment, but every range increment beyond the first gets a -2.
So what's an increment? What, like
So
30
80 feet is the increment.
Oh, okay. So 80 feet, and then 160 feet, and then
Yeah, between
240?
80 and 160 is -2. Between 160 and 240 is -4. And between 240 to 320 is -6.
Wait a second. This is all fucking range touch attacks. So
Right.
it's yeah. Never mind.
The odds are still fine.
yeah. I have cantrip arcane mark, and it says that it has to be letters. Can I just like? So you're mentioning like we mark this person? Can I use that to be like? Just put like a beacon on him or
Yeah,
something?
you could just like
instead?
have an arrow pointing to this person that says shoot. And that's this is all these range increments are only if Harlan does not indulge. I'm just saying, gunslingers take mescaline all the time. I read about it once in a book.
Let's see here.
And
Okay. Can Zadru help me in scouting? I think we want to make sure there's no one else setting up at the same time as us.
Yeah, I mean, shouldn't we all be able to help with that? Or is that another survival check?
It's actually a perception check. I
Let's
think.
say that'll
right?
just
So-
be perception to keep your eyes peeled.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So just do a broad free ranging scout of the area.
Yeah, you guys check
Yeah.
around. No one is here yet.
Just out of curiosity, layout. Tracks do the tracks go through the wilds or are they on the outskirts of the wilds?
The
So
tracks
is there-
go
is there-
through the wild, so there's going to be forest and clearing on either side.
Can we get over the tracks?
Yes.
Except when the train is there.
Right. Once the train is going, that's when everything is gonna. Presumably, the assassins will strike before the train arrives. Otherwise, things would get difficult, especially for them.
All right, so I'm gonna do my best to scout out sort of like a mile radius around the spot.
There
And see if
are.
there's anything going on.
Give me a delicious perception roll, everyone who is checking out the perimeter.
You got it.
Oh, that's good.
There are no obvious signs of assailants. They'll probably arrive alongside the rest of your visitors. Let's say if no one is here yet, you'll be dealing with infiltrators.
When is the party? How far in advance are we anyway?
They'll be showing up within the hour.
I'm reluctant to use one of my spell slots for detective ability just yet. Or seen visibility, as they call it.
So I would assume that there's already like buildings and like stands or something already set up and stuff. Like all the infrastructure is already set up, or is that what? Oh,
People are gonna show up, and there's gonna be a stage, and the fairies are gonna set up some food stalls in the woods. Not like super far away, but there is going to be like a delineation between people who are observing and people who are consuming.
You know something? We should probably dig a few trenches. Just it's people tend to get really gross when there are no facilities.
That's a good idea.
You guys successfully construct some latrines. Congratulations.
Okay.
How are you feeling, Mary?
I'm feeling good. Feeling pretty proud of this whole situation.
I'm a sense motive of 30. Is she?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
She's feeling pretty fucking psyched.
Just concentrate on the train.
Yeah.
Take in the crowd. Absorb their cheers, their hopes. We'll make sure nothing else touches you.
Thinking about it a little bit, I think that making this thing work, it might help if you kind of think of it in a way like something you already know how to do. Like the trick we were talking about where you can catch bullets and deflect them off. What if you think of the giant monstrous thing heading towards you as just being a big arrow or a big bullet, and you're kind of just trying to do that on a big scale. I mean, rather than you're not like physically strong, but if you put yourself into that space, it's something you already know how to do. It's just a matter of skill.
It's weird, but I am right there. I don't know. Do you remember when we were talking about how Marduk was able to understand a battlefield just by looking at it?
Mm-hmm.
That ability has been growing within me. I know what needs to happen. I know what I have to do. I know what has to be done. The only thing that matters is what obstacles will get in my way. And right now, the only obstacles I see are the things that I don't already know. If no one stops me, I will derail the Moloch Express. I know it as assuredly as you know the sun will rise in the morning.
Marvelous.
And everyone else here knows it too.
I hope so.
And Harlan looks her in the eye and goes, "You know so."
Fair enough. Huh. I think that might be the next level. If I understand what's going to happen before it happens, then I can extrapolate that out to why it's happening before it happens. I've got to think about this.
Well, you got about an hour.
Because yeah, that does, like, when you bring that up, Harlan, it even pops into your head. Well, yeah, if she knows what's going to happen, then, you know, once you figure out why that's going to happen, then you know what other people are going to do too.
Well, how long before the Millet Express? I mean, the party's starting in an hour.
Yeah.
It's going to take a little while to get everything set up and things going. When is the Millet Express rolling through here?
We'll have about an hour to party, and then everything, and then things pop off.
Oh, that's not a long time to get people properly stoned and in the right groove. But all
It
right,
is Fey drugs we're talking about.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
no,
true.
this isn't like taking a marijuana edible or smoking a joint. This is some fucking fairy dust.
I think the band, as long as the band gets here on time, they seem like they're a little, you know.
Oh, if they're late, I will have words with them.
I will have words, and then I will have aggressive words.
I'm going to let my tools do the talking.
Ah!
Have the what about the outcasts? Have they started to arrive yet? Since they were probably
The
a little ahead.
outcasts do indeed begin to arrive.
Hey guys,
Along with their little squad of day trippers.
I go over, hug the appropriate people, tell them, all right, not a lot of time. You guys are on security.
And they're all like, oh, shit. Okay, yeah, all right, that makes sense. Okay.
But there's going to be plenty of food. The Fae are bringing the food. Make sure you eat up. We want you as strong as you can be. We're going to be working security too, but we're more dealing with anyone who wants to crash the party, and you guys are more like keeping the party going, the right way. And just deal with those issues, and we'll deal with whoever they send to try to stop it.
Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
And stay away from the fairy dust until after the miracle if you can. Just we need you guys to be sharp.
No promises.
Yeah, Skedis, I know, jeez. But you do fight better stone than you do when you're not, so I guess that's okay.
Well, there's something to be said about, like, not feeling pain anymore. Oh man, I watched a UFC documentary, which was just wild. The history of UFC is bananas. But one of the things they brought up is one of the fighters for a championship bout was so stoned he was incapable of feeling pain. And, like, that's why he won. And they were like, well, certainly this counts against him. And, like, no. He was incapable of stopping the fight against his will. And they were like, oh. Yeah, you can't win. We gotta take this title away from you. Alright, I am gonna be right back. I gotta use the bathroom real quick.
I have absolutely no idea what we're going to be up against in this.
No
Same.
clue in the slightest.
I have a feeling it's gonna be something like two, like maybe like 4 to 5 like people in the crowd are gonna try and attack Mary. And
Right,
like,
I feel like it's definitely going to be a stealth thing. Like, we're going to have to bump them before they happen.
I
I think there might be waves. I think there might be multiple types of enemies. I mean, again, if we're planning it out, Like, have something big and flashy, like a couple of freaking golems or something, and then have the stealth guys also in the crowd. So we get distracted with golems, and then the stealth guys are moving around.
I'm
So that's
really hoping that Reynolds did not read my character history questions too closely.
why is that?
Because if there are Black Hand operatives here, there are a few that would be good for that sort of thing.
Oh shit.
Yes, but I think there's a good chance we might be up against waves and distractions. I mean,
Oh, Cassandra, give me a delicious sense motive roll.
For
Fine.
against the DM?
What? Against something.
this is. Why does it have to be sense motive? Why is it always sense motive?
Sorry. You're the only one who knows about some things.
Golf.
Everything seems fine. I wouldn't worry about it.
Mm.
But like after the as the clock strikes 1 p.m.
Oh, so one other instruction I'm gonna give my friends among the outcasts. If you see anything that looks like it's a plant in the audience, like someone who's like a professional, you don't try to engage with them. I mean, maybe try to slow them down, but get us called in. I don't want you guys getting killed. But moreover, we want to make sure that we get notified of what's going on.
Scullis is the leader, right?
Skedis is the leader. He's the Were Raven guy.
Right. He's like, I don't mean to be a bitch about this, but I don't think anybody's ready to die for this.
I'm really thrown off that Skedis is not the bug man. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't remember the bug man's name.
Is that Chronic? Chronic, I think is the
Right.
Chronic, yeah.
Blunt Man and Chronic. But at the stroke of 1, like the night market opens.
It's like it just appears.
It's
Kind
just
of.
there. Like
It unfolds.
right, like it doesn't appear, it was always there. What are you talking about? We've got stalls and restaurants and table spreads just filled with food and drink.
I go up to one of the drug tables.
Oh no, there are no drug tables. And you're like, where are the drugs? And you realize, oh no, everything is drugs.
Oh boy.
And naturally, the outcasts grab something to eat. They don't overindulge like an elf might because it's just not like them. But they all grab some snacks, and you can warn them, it will do nothing. Oh hey, that
Yeah.
food's got drugs in it. Cool.
Yeah, win-win.
They look you directly in the eye as they shove it in their mouth.
Neato.
Oh. I go over to the fair. Anything here that's like particularly good at keeping the fatigue away?
Oh. How late do you want to stay up, baby?
I tend to get kind of tired when when my blood boils. It'd be nice if I didn't get so tired, just in case.
I recommend the Wake Up Wawa. And they hand you a glass of water. The water seems to emit a shade of octarine when light passes through it.
Mm.
Do you drink the Wake Up Wawa?
I'm probably gonna regret this, but oh, what the fuck! I'll drink the wake up Wawa.
You feel suddenly emboldened by the sense that you're gonna live forever. Cassandra, I'll tell you when you're able to sleep
water.
again.
This is Coke water.
It's sort of. It's more like hyper concentrated caffeine. It doesn't energize you so much as you are incapable of feeling tired. Like it's all of the jazz of coffee with none of the like sugar high effect. You're not shaky. You're just alert. Wawa might be loving it.
Mary, you might like this.
About to say, if anybody wants to indulge, I assure you, the fairies have what you are looking for. There will be buffs. There will be debuffs.
Anything to sharpen the senses?
Oh boy, they've got something just for you, Harlan. It's called Elijah's Whisper.
Oh shit!
You can eat
Fuck
it.
me.
You can eat it raw, or it comes in a tea.
Harlan, maybe not the whisper. Have you had it before? It can make you go away. It's
I don't want to
tricky.
go away.
Well, that's only because people don't know how to dose it right. Trust us, we're professionals.
Harlan gives a shrug and takes the little teacup.
Now, this isn't going to become habitual or anything. But, you know, the question...
Not like Harlan has an addictive personality. I mean, come
Right.
on.
Exactly.
There's a distinct possibility that it may, but, like, there's no... I'm not gonna be like, Harlan, you drank the Whisper, you fucked up. It's time to do... It's time for Clementine 2, Harlan Boogaloo. No.
But if he happened to find himself in a similar situation and Whisper happens to be there again,
just
well,
saying,
then we start
yo,
getting down a slippery slope.
maybe there's a
If-
roll to make, or
If there were standard drugs here, I would have asked for blood. I was thinking, Cassandra was thinking about finding blood. Just as a note.
I'd say Harlan might have to resist, Pidge might have to resist, you never know. But because Harlan is an Elijah's Whisper novice, he does not get to choose whether he is big or small, but it will definitely sharpen his senses.
Excellent.
Oh, geez. Okay, so good news and bad news. The good news is you become intimate with your weapon. The bad news is your gun has a name now.
It already had
My gun's already had a name.
Oh, what's her name? I'm sorry, I didn't keep track of it.
Oh, so his sidearm is Jury, and his long arm is Judge.
Judge. Judge is such a formal title. Call me Judy.
Oh no, that's awful.
Judge
All
Judy.
right,
Oh,
And like
let's make some music.
your sidearm remarks calmly, I understand that I am the judge, and I respect this, but just call me Judd for now. I do not believe that you will require me for this engagement, but if you do, I will be by your side, my friend.
And you always are. And Harlan does say these things aloud,
Of course. Why wouldn't you?
completely unaware of any looks of concern.
Right. I should mention, like, your sharpshooting abilities are going to increase considerably, because your senses are extending beyond your body.
It's so much easier when your gun is its own spotter.
Right. Number one, that. Number two, like, you can feel the barrel, like, as an extension of your body. Which is just... Go figure.
Huh.
Right. Like, when you rest the barrel on something to line up a shot, you don't need to hold onto the barrel to feel it. You can feel the metal touching the wood. Assuming
Shit,
that it's,
that's cool.
right, assuming that it's resting on a branch, or like you can feel the metal resting on the rope if you're resting it on part of the hammock. Like that's just what's happening right now. I don't. You took the Elijah's whisper. Shit happens.
I don't fight it. I don't fight it.
Oh,
I don't
man.
flinch.
I don't flinch. If you fought it, that would be bad. If you don't fight it, well, things will get better for you, and then they'll get worse. We'll worry about that later. Does anybody else want to indulge?
Mm,
The Fae are all like, oh, don't worry. We have got the hookup. Don't you worry about it. We've got something for you. Whatever you want, we got. And don't worry, everything has been tested and is being responsibly dosed.
I want something that'll make it so my eyes can see more than normal.
Okay. We got two options. One, we can sharpen your senses, or two, we can make it so you can see through things.
Hmm. Yeah, I want to see through things.
Alrighty then. You get some delicious X-ray vision.
Oh.
Right, your eyes start glowing green.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you'll get cancer in a couple of decades, but that's a problem for future.
I'm already fucking dying before I normally would. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. Wow, you'll die way before the cancer gets you. Like, who cares? Yeah, no, your eyes are glowing an ominous shade of green, and you can look through people. If I ever say anything like, there's something in the way, or there are a lot of people, ignore whatever penalty I throw out there, you don't suffer that. In addition, with trivial expenditure of energy, you can turn your eyes in the back of your head and look behind you from inside you.
Does this also allow me to like pick it, like, can I still like distinguish separate people? So like if I'm looking through Cass, can I still see Meredith?
Yes.
Like as Meredith is?
So like basically you have like sort of like a zoom function. If you zoom beyond people, they're just sort of faded out. You can still
Right.
sense that there's something in the way.
Like Superman X-ray vision than like actual X-rays.
Right, so if someone's running away from us through a crowd, I can like still I can see them no matter where they go, basically.
Yes,
As
and
long,
you would also be able to see like the people between you and them, and you would be able to like react and push them out of the way. But if you were trying to make out details on the people you were trying to push out of the way, I'd be like, nah, they're just faceless nothings. They're shades that are in your way. Ostensibly people, maybe people, probably people, unknown.
It's something in my way.
It's something in your way. You're focused on something else right now. And Cass and... Right, Cass grabbed something. Meredith, do you want to indulge in anything?
Yes. In the not unlikely scenario that I may have to take a bullet or two for some of these goons, is there anything that'll be able to help me shrug off some of that damage?
Oh, we've got something for you. We've got some shit stew.
Ah.
Thankfully, it'll create some delayed reaction good shit in your system. Just be warned, the more you get wounded, the more fucked up you're gonna get.
Okay.
And they're like, and they look at each other and they're like, and we don't mean that in a good way.
Understandable. I'll take a cup.
Yeah, they hand you a tin cup filled with some sort of mysterious stew filled with greenness.
Huh.
So
This is extremely green.
it's very green. It's
It
greener
looks like
than
swamp
green.
water.
Yup. Nope. It tastes good. It
'Cause
smells.
it is.
It doesn't smell great, but it doesn't smell bad. Like I can't think of like something that has like a basically neutral scent. Like I don't know. Like, no, gin smells
So-
like fucking pine cones, but like something that's okay. Like, bread. It smells like something vaguely like freshly baked bread. Just
So
like
it's the dough right after it finishes its first rise, just like a vaguely clean yeast scent.
right. Like it's not bad. It's not particularly good, but like, and it tastes okay. It's a hearty stew, but it smells like bread.
So what do they
Mechanically,
mean?
how do I do this?
So what do they mean when they say you can get more fucked up? Do you can get more stoned the more you get hurt?
Oh, no.
So if this is good shit from Suddenly Magic,
Yes.
the way it works is it'll heal a portion of your HP, and it'll hit you like for worse effects the more HP it heals.
Yes.
Like, Bith's character Kroner has, like 150 HP. He got knocked down to negative hit points. We smeared some good shit on him, healed him
And I-
back up to full, and his soul left his body, and he wandered the abyss.
That was a random
Hey.
chance. He could have ended up anywhere.
If I had less HP than that, I probably would have been like paralyzed for 8 hours or something.
Yeah,
Right,
paralyzed.
yeah.
We've had people like trip balls for a few days,
Yeah.
just like extreme hallucinogen.
Like when I say trip balls, I mean like consuming innards because they believe people are piñata and their blood is candy. Like that's what I mean by tripping.
How does a 10th level character get 150 hit points without having?
He has a
I'm just
very
the number
high
out of my
constitution
ass.
Score.
I have
Oh.
a very high constitution score. I took
Toughness.
toughness,
Oh, okay.
Um,
Toughness, I forgot.
and Die Hard, and the Deathless Tree. So
Right.
Jesus.
within that, I'm counting like 30 points of negative hit points too. So
Right.
Wow.
Like it's not like positive 150. It's 120.
Oh, no,
and then
right?
30
It
on the
is.
bottom. Like.
Well, I was just curious. I mean, I believed you. I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, the man is made out of hit points. He does good damage too, but the hit points are, chef kiss. But yeah, for every 10 points of damage you take, Meredith, there's a cap. I'm not gonna tell you what the cap is. But for every 10 hit points of damage you take, ignore it, and you will gain one rank of tripping. And the harder you trip, the worse things will get.
Okay.
But we'll worry about that later. Right now, you feel okay. It's all right. Your mind is a little disassociated. You're experiencing some very mild disassociation. Occasionally, you have a thought and you don't know where it came from, and you realize it came from you idiot. What the fuck are you talking about? But like that's all
Like,
that's
who
happening.
else would be in your head?
Right, like, what the fuck are you talking about, you moron? Mary and Selena abstain.
So Meredith,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thinking, play to our strengths. I keep my eye out for any big flashy shit from the outside. You keep your eyes on the crowd and see if there are any infiltrators. Some sort of playing both sides, and maybe, I mean, if there is a big flashy attack, you also keep your eyes out for like the if it's a distraction. Because I mean, a lot of stuff might be a distraction.
I plan to stay in the crowd unless things get really out of hand.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm not fast.
So I would assume that Mary is not going to be standing on the train tracks the entire time, right?
No, she's doing a lot of like meet and greet. Strangely enough.
until it's time to get on the train tracks, and like as she's escorted up there, I wanna be around Mary, I think.
Oh, wait a second. Is the
I think-
stage going to be right across the tracks?
The
That'd be
stage
kinda
is
awesome.
not it is very close to the tracks, but Mary told them to stay away because if they're too close, the train will crush them.
I was thinking the stage would be behind where Mary's going to be, so that like it's another act of faith. Having the stage across the tracks behind Mary is the ultimate like, hey, we believe this train's going to stop.
Oh my god. Oh my god. These guys
Holy fuck.
these guys come in and they see the fairy drug stand and they can't say no. They immediately get fucked up, and do you suggest this to them?
Yeah.
They look at each other, they're like, hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. Hell yeah. We're gonna party until we party the fucking wilds down, baby.
Just don't get electrocuted.
Either we live, either we're victorious, or we all die. And they fucking jam like Rammstein, and it's fucking like, ugh! They are going all out. They are giving 110%.
I just look over at Meredith and say, I've helped organize a few parties. You know, it makes sense.
Perfect.
Like, she's gonna be standing in front of the stage when she derails the train, and it's gonna be, oh lord.
So
I'm literally thinking of I'm thinking of the guy from Mad Max Fury Road in the front of the
The Doof Warrior.
The Doof Warrior. Fuck, that guitar actually worked.
So when the train derails, are we gonna try and like make it land somewhere safe, or is it just gonna like potentially crush citizens?
Mary says, I have a plan for that.
Okay.
I mean, you're kind of forcing my hand with the band and all, but if everything goes right, they'll be safe.
Everything will go right.
But there is definitely a splash zone, and so I need everybody away from here. And these 5 like lady, man, and non-binary and genderqueer elves are like, no, we're all in. We're all in. Like, things immediately get heavy, and things immediately get a controllable level of bonkers. I don't want to be like, people are fighting and moshing and fucking in the streets, but like, things are getting a little hot and heavy, and people are
orgy over there.
Things.
Orgy people over there.
Right, orgy people over there. Orgy people over there, mosh people over here. Keep it organized, people.
Are we
Ace people over on the other side.
we're handing out color-coded glow sticks and glow bands?
If only. But no, like, things are like, people are discussing heavy topics, and like, also, like, things are getting hot and heavy by elven standards. You'd think maybe somebody held someone else's hands. Oh, Lord. Some of the ladies are showing some ankle. Things are gonna get crazy.
Perfect fucking song.
Someone might indeed smooch.
Scandalous.
Scandalous. Oh, made in Germany. Oh man. So in the Disco Elysium final cut, they added a lot of voice acting to the narration. And they got this dude with a deep, raspy voice to do most of the narration, and it's really good. And they added a lot of narration to a lot of other characters, but one of the characters, one thing that didn't translate in the game is that there's a skill called Shivers that occasionally speaks to you in all caps.
Oh yeah.
When Shivers is speaking to you in all caps, that's not Shivers' voice. That's the voice of Laura Vasholia. the voice of the city herself. Like,
Oh, that's dope.
yeah, in the same way that like Rammstein's Deutschland has Germania as a character, Laura Vasholia occasionally speaks to you. And there's a way to get an in-depth conversation with Ravasholia, and it's awesome. But it's super hard. Like, you have to pass a very difficult skill check in order to start a dance party, and then after you start the dance party, you have to make another skill chance to contact La Ravasholia, and then you get to talk to her for a little bit. But, like, that's a skill check inside of another skill check. And it's super easy to fuck up. But if you get it, oh, it's so powerful. The world loudly counts to 10.
This is a countdown.
It's the final countdown.
Yeah.
All
This is
right.
one of my favorite Rammstein tracks, so.
I would go so far to say that Rammstein gets it. Some people, they get it. Some people, they don't get it.
Absolutely, they get it.
Especially like celebrities, and like it's always heartening to see a celebrity who gets it. Like, fucking mind blower, wrestler the Iron Sheik gets it.
Right? The
Like,
Iron Sheik fucking gets it.
does the Iron Sheik gets it? And hey, this doesn't mean that they're right all the time, but like, they get it. Like Ice-T, he gets it.
You don't have to be right to get it.
Right. Every once in a while,
It-
like, the Iron Sheik will be like,
He's a little
oh,
bit
Vince McMahon, I love you, baby. And I'm like, oh, Vince McMahon's a piece of shit. But he gets it.
I might be wrong, but there's just something about what's her name, Deborah. She was Karen Page in Daredevil.
Oh.
Deborah Ann Wall, my
Deborah Ann
absolute.
It's something about her that always feels like she's a super real person in a way. I don't know why, but I just love her. And when you say gets it, that I think of her.
What about to say maybe she gets it?
Me when I
I feel like she gets it.
Like, there are a lot of celebrities out there who don't get it. They're living in their own world, they're doing their thing, and then there are some people who are like, trans rights. And just like, when a celebrity says trans rights, you're like, do you get it? And then you look a little deeper and you're like, oh shit, they get it. And like, the Iron
Also,
Sheik, like, I bring it back to him because, like, he's the guy you would expect most to not get it. Like, he's a 70-year-old washed up wrestling star, and yet the man gets it.
I'm also saying right now, I don't fucking care how good or bad the new Daredevil show is. If Deb isn't in it, I'm not watching it.
yeah.
Yeah, that might be necessary. But she's busy. I mean, she's a full-time DM as far as I can tell. I just find it cool that this super hot model skinny like chick is like, seems to be absolutely passionate for Dungeons & Dragons, like more than me maybe.
Doesn't she have like a reputation for being an absolutely brutal DM too?
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
yeah, she is a notoriously difficult DM.
She's a puzzle
Cool.
DM.
Oh no. To quote the Iron Sheik, take a minute of your day to be nice to someone, you dumb son of a bitch. All caps. Anyway. Alright. It's party time. Okay. So none of you detect anything going in, but that doesn't mean it wasn't there.
Do we make additional perception rolls now that things are underway?
Yes.
Or is it?
I would say that it's time for additional perception rolls. Now,
All right.
Harlan, you have a clear view of everything, but unfortunately, you're a little too Pazuzu right now. You're gonna need to focus on something, you'll get an advanced perception roll against something that you're looking for, and then I will apply a penalty to anything that you're not looking for. Meredith and Cassandra, you're gonna each get a -6 on perception, just because like there's so many people, it's hard to keep track of everything.
That's fine.
And Psalm, you're not gonna get a penalty to perception at all because you can see through people.
Yeah. So wait, so Zadju still gets the penalty though, right? I assume he doesn't share this. So you said minus.
You can share the effect with him if you wish, and he's like, cancer? I don't fuck with no cancer. I don't give a shit.
Oh, okay. So sure, you can have it.
Meredith, give me a knowledge of religion roll.
Sure.
No penalty applied. And Psalm and Cassandra, give me some sense motive rolls. And then Harlan, tell me like what you're looking for.
Like, I want to look for anyone attempting to get up in the trees.
Give me that perception roll.
Whoop.
Alrighty then. Meredith, you find a man.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. Let me see if I can find.
Just as a note, I did say Cass was more focused out than in. I don't know if that makes a difference.
It does count for something. Lord, Mother of God. Have they sunk so low? No, I don't think so. Not yet. You find a human bearing a mark on his hip of the broken arrow.
Oh.
That is a cleric of Hextor. I don't want to say that he's not supposed to be here, but he's not supposed to be here. Sorry, Hextor don't fuck with a party, you know what I mean?
Right, it's extremely out of character for those devout.
It's very out of time. And like this man, you got a 25 on religion. Okay.
Yes.
Like he's got.
I can sense motive as well if you wish.
I don't think. Roll it. I'll break into that later.
Okay.
Like he's got some tattoos on his body. That are like loosely affiliated. Oh lord. He's got some tattoos on his body that are loosely affiliated, like with.
It's not even a good roll for.
Right. That are loosely affiliated with Hextor. Like he's got the broken arrow holy symbol, which is like that's Hextor. That's tyranny, baby.
I mean, until recently, I bore the symbol of the black hand on myself, so tattoos don't.
But he's got like he's got chains tattooed on his wrist, like BioShock style.
Ah.
Like this is a man who lives as a prisoner and is glad for it.
Okay.
We should all long to live in a prison, because when you live in a prison, you know what you're supposed to do. As Foucault once said, schools are like prisons. This man is waiting for his opportunity to ruin the festivities.
Right, like, is he even, like, pretending to, like, participate in the party?
Does he even have a drink in his hands? Like,
Yeah.
No,
Fuck no.
absolutely not. Like he's drinking out of a water skin, and you're like, you brought that in.
That's not even drugged, you son of a
outside
bitch.
beverage.
Oh man, it's like, I don't know if Meredith thinks this way, but it'd be great to get him to get the right drugs to him.
I'm not gonna tell you what to do about it, but I'm just saying he's there. You spotted him. You found a party pooper.
Is that the sense motive?
Get
is
him
that
on
he's a
get him
party
on
pooper?
fairy
Oh
ecstasy.
yeah, you succeed on the sense motive. This man is a party pooper. As I said, Hextor don't believe in a party. Marduk had the decency to show up. He wouldn't dance unless he knew the steps exactly. But he didn't poo-poo a party. He was the Gatsby of parties. I throw a party because I know it makes other people happy. But this Hextor is anti-party, has an anti-party agenda. Like, one of the things that Hyronius and Hextor agree on is that no parties. Parties are verboten. You should be stricken from the earth.
Is this the kind of? Do I feel like this is the kind of party pooper that we should probably like mark him up for Harlan to at least keep an eye on or
Well,
kill?
you don't spot him because you two spot someone else.
Oh,
You two spot an orc adorned with, what's he wearing? Because he's wearing some shit.
Who did he come in with? What group is he part of?
He came in with the day trippers, and it
Orc
was
did?
easy to overlook him, Cass, when you weren't exactly paying attention. But you and some are able to track him down real good. This is actually give me some sort of knowledge, like either religion or nature, because he's doing a thing.
History, nature.
We got nature.
History would work. Nature would also work.
Arcana.
Arcana would also work.
And Zadra has planes if I can use his. I don't. That it doesn't sound like planes is gonna work.
It's not planes. Not today, Satan. But
Okay.
he would be able to roll if it applied. But he succeeds on knowledge planes and says, "I got nothing, boss." Ooh.
Yeah, 18. Next time I hit caps like my bad.
Ooh.
Oh.
But you guys put your heads together as you spot this guy, and he is an orc from the from a special order. They're called Death Watchers, and they're just bad dudes. They're sort of like Grumsh extremists. Because I have changed Grumsh. Hello.
Is I wonder, is something that someone pulled in, or is this guy these guys here on their own initiative?
Unclear. But yeah, so Grumsh is, the god of orcs, and rules as written, he's chaotic evil, and I have pushed that aside. Grumsh, as I run him, is chaotic neutral. He mixes savagery with honor. Like, Grumsh is the sort of guy who looks at a fallen foe and says, we can take you as a prisoner, or I can kill you. But the choice is the prisoner's. The choice is his opponent. And whatever his opponent chooses, Grumsh will respect. Death Watchers are Grumsh extremists. They're like, nah man, fuck everyone, fuck everything, orc supremacy, orcs for life.
Would I know if they're like the type to like travel like with like a caravan or like a group of people, or is it
They'll go
just like
wherever they believe Grumsh brings them.
right? But like, does it look like he's by himself?
Oh, so like, is he running with a crew?
Yeah. Do these people typically like run with a crew or not?
Unclear. Knowledge Arcane isn't gonna tell you that much. Knowledge Arcane like identified like the tattoos and the designs of the pigmentation that he's applied to himself. Like, he put on some white paint, and you're like, that's Death Speaker shit. That's, oh lord, I've met those guys in the Hell Jungle, and they're fucking assholes. They're pricks. They occasionally come in there and they think they own the place. And my grandma taught me about them, and they're pricks. Oh, and Harlan.
Yo.
You have chosen wisely.
Ooh.
there is indeed someone climbing the trees on the wrong side of the tracks. I don't want to say wrong side, but as far as you're concerned, they're like Judy tells you they're the wrong side of the tracks,
On
I
the
trust
wrong
her.
side of history.
and you're like, oh man, why didn't I think of that? Because obviously I'm on the right side of the tracks. And she's like, yeah, of course you're on the right side of the tracks. We're all in this together, and we're here to do the right thing. And I don't think that snakes up to any good. And what you're dealing with on the opposite side there is an orcish sharpshooter who set up on the other side of the tracks.
All right.
So, does anybody have any more questions about who you have encountered and what they're all about?
I do. Using detect good, is this person good aligned?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good.
You were dealing with
you
a
know.
very bad man.
I didn't really need to do that, but I did.
You never know. You never know when I'm
It
going to
just-
throw a curveball at you.
Confirms my biases.
A
Do I have
lawful
a chance-
lawful good cleric of Hextor? Sometimes I'm feeling like an asshole.
I'm gonna make sure Harlan sees the guy, or not Harlan. Zadru sees the guy that me and Cass saw.
Oh yeah, Zadru's with you, and he's like, oh yeah, no, I see this prick. Oh, actually, Zadru, hold on, let me just get what's Zadru's intelligence?
Is I think it's a 2. It's a 2. Or no. Sorry. It's a 7. It's a
Okay,
negative 2.
it's a -2. Still, he's not
Yeah.
very smart, but he looks at you and he's like, oh shit, I think I know this guy. Yeah, no, Mom works with these guys all the time. Shit, I don't remember this guy's name, but he's a prick. You think he's here to spoil the party?
I don't see why he would be here otherwise.
You make a good.
He clearly doesn't support us the riot or the party.
The quote unquote protest.
The protest.
If there was anything for these people to steal, it would be considered a riot immediately. What all these people have to steal from is from each other, so they're like, we're not gonna steal anything, and the fair like, just take it. Like what?
Yeah, we're giving you shit.
Right? Like I want to take your food. Take it. Fucking eat it, moron. What are you doing? Are you okay? You feel all right? Do you need to go to the nap chamber? It's fine.
I go to the-
You'll be fine.
I go to the Fey concession stands, and
That's gonna take you pretty
Guys.
far away from this guy.
oh, okay, all right.
They
I
can't
was-
move beyond the tree line, or they'll get like sick and die.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you want to go there and like get some advice or get some help, then that's totally a thing you can do.
I was gonna go get some ecstasy and see if we could dose these guys.
I'm just saying.
Huh?
I'm just saying. Dude, you can absolutely get something hot and heavy to dose this Death Watcher and just fucking like if you can sneak some fairy ecstasy into this Death Watcher's food or drink, he will be unable to fight.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
gonna see
know
if
if
I can-
that's in your skill set, but go for it.
Actually, it's probably not. I'm trying to think if any of the outcasts have that. Not really.
I mean, some of them are pretty sneaky, and they do trust you a lot.
I mean, the only one I can think of is actually, yeah, Skedis is pretty sneaky, and Karanik is pretty sneaky. Okay.
Karanik is sneaky and doesn't give a shit. Hey, I'm gonna drug this guy. Cool. Do you need me to explain anything else? No.
He's the kind of sneaky that he like. It's not that he's trying to hide. It's just like he moves in such a way that like no one notices him, kind of thing. I guess, right?
I'll go sign Karanik and tell and give him instructions to see if he can get some fairy ecstasy and give it to that guy.
Okay.
And
Until
like,
then, I'm gonna
yeah.
watch him.
Okay, cool. So you
Get some extra too, just in case we need it for anyone else.
You point him out, and he's like the one with the white pigmentation, correct?
Is it
that
white?
correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
He will be tripping balls before the day is over. Alright, I'm gonna make some rolls here.
I give his thorax carapace a little buff. Thanks.
No thanks is necessary, but thanks is appreciated. Oh lord. So do you have any idea exactly what Skedis' class is, or is he just an expert? I feel like he's either a rogue or an expert.
Skedis is. I vaguely remember being sort of an arcane naturalist, like a warlock type, or witch. He's witch.
Oh no.
And
Get us a
Hey.
chronic.
Quranic
Chronic.
is a slayer.
Slayer? My
Yeah.
bones.
Yeah, so he's like a little fighter, a little rogue, or a little ranger, a little rogue.
Okay. They do have
I kind of like slayers.
They do have stealth as a class skill, and I see no reason why he wouldn't put points in it. He probably doesn't have bonuses against orcs specifically. But he can study an opponent? Oh no, he can study an opponent. So like, the two of you are keeping it, the three of you are keeping an eye on this guy. And
Slayers for one-on-one stuff. From what I haven't looked into them super deeply, but I'm kind of curious. It seems like if you're talking about going after a single target, Slayers are the best martial class.
they're very good. Oh, they get talents? What the fuck is this shit? Anyway, no.
Yeah, they don't have any magic, so I mean, it's like they have a lot of the ranger stuff with all the magic taken out and a lot of rogue added in.
That sounds like the best
So-
of both worlds.
Yeah.
But no, you're the two of you are able to spot him just because you know what you're looking for, and he is absolutely able to change out this guy's water with something else it's in a wineskin. I don't. You don't know what it is. I know what it is. You don't know what it is.
The beverage has been switched.
The beverage has been switched.
I'm
Fortitude
just-
saves are currently necessary.
I'm just visualizing these fey corrupted sturges that instead of being sucking blood out, you pump them full of drugs and then you squeeze them, and they're like syringes.
No, that's a very unseelie kind of fey drug distribution. This is very seelie.
Oh, it's just funny.
Oh god. You've given me an idea. We'll deal with that later. But you guys, you know what? I'm gonna give him some saves. You get some saves. Let's see what happens. The fortitude is strong. The will is lacking. Like, this guy takes a sip out of his water and he realizes on some level what he's consumed, but on the other level he is completely incapable of fighting it. This man begins tripping balls the likes of which you've never seen. He starts swatting at the air to fight invisible foes. That thing. He's hallucinating very hard. Most of the other people around him are they're hallucinating a little bit, but they have dilated pupils. They have party eyes, but they're yeah, no, I'm grounded in reality. This man has been unmoored from the prime material plane. I don't want to say he's disabled, but I don't know if he's gonna fight. It's a toss up.
So I'm not good at this, but I'm looking for the people who are looking at him to see if I can figure out who might be working with him in here.
Like,
So-
who comes to check on him?
Well, or who sees this and gets
Concerned.
disturbed. Yeah.
Give me a delicious sense motive roll. There is an invisible penalty here.
Yes, the penalty is Cass and sense motive,
The penalty
That's
is
the other
Cassandra's natural rolling ability.
and that is actually a fucking natural 19. For an 18.
Oh.
That's the best sense motive I've made.
It's
So I don't know if it's gonna work.
It's unclear if anyone has noticed his addled state, but you can tell he's not faking being fucked up. Kalana slipped him a Mickey, and it's a powerful one. What's that scene from Men in Black where the guy, the cockroach in the man suit asks for sugar water and just keeps saying more?
More.
Like that's Kalana's like, well, how much do you want in this? More. Is that enough? More. Are you sure? More.
Just make the
Turn it into
waiter
a
grind.
paste.
Just make the
Vincent
waiter
Velasquez.
grind Parmesan cheese on your pasta until they get uncomfortable and leave.
Vincent D'Onofrio's physical acting in that role was just so phenomenal.
Very good.
It's like, I mean, it was almost like too good for the movie in some ways.
It's one of my
But,
favorite
yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
Men in Black 1's very good.
Yes. Yes, it
But
is.
the Death Watcher is not completely disabled, but he's mostly disabled. If push comes to shove, there will be a morale roll, and if he fails, he's out because he knows there's something wrong with him.
Well, I just tell my friends to keep an eye on them.
I'm about to say, and the other big thing is you have marked him out. His weapons of choice are a great bow and a great axe. It's a masterwork composite short bow with a +5 strength bonus.
Who the fuck just brings that to a party?
Outcasts do.
Okay.
Like a lot of the outcasts are armed. That's how he was able to get in. Like he just joined up and they were like, yeah, sure. We're playing security apparently, so keep your eyes peeled. Yeah, sure. I will keep my eyes peeled.
For the chosen one.
Right.
For Mary.
Praise be.
Has the band started up, by the way?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the band is going.
All right. How soon until the train arrives?
Well, we'll see what Meredith and Harlan have to do with the people they have started. Meredith, what do you do?
How far away am I from the tree line?
From the tree line, you're pretty close to like the tracks.
Okay, I figured so. So there's no leaving to go for support.
I mean,
Are there
you
other
can go
rockets?
for support, but you might lose track
No.
of this guy.
Nope. Are there rowdy party goers around us?
Oh, omnipresently.
Fantastic. Could I make a diplomacy check to try to finesse like some sort of drugged food or drink from one of the raucous partygoers?
You may. Give
In
me
the
a
spirit of
delicious
sharing.
diplomacy roll.
Wonderful, 26.
Now, what exactly are you looking for? Are you looking for an upper or a downer or something powerfully hallucinogenic?
Can I make maybe a knowledge alchemy roll or something? Is there any assessment that I can make of this guy to try and guess what might affect him?
So, knowledge, alchemy, or heal would be the rolls that would help here.
Okay. I will make a heal check. That's an 18.
18? It's pretty good.
He is a human,
Yeah,
so
he is human. So you have an understanding of the caveats of whatever you're going to do, but not exactly which one would be the best in the situation. If he fails against a downer, he's just gonna fucking go out. Game over.
Okay.
If he fails against a hallucinogenic, there's no telling what'll happen. But if he fails against an upper, he's gonna strike too soon.
Okay. All right. Let's go with a downer. Let's cripple this guy.
You go for a downer.
In theory.
Well, you are able to easily get a downer from someone. Someone's got some delicious opium.
Oh, you look really chill. I would love a piece of that.
And they're like, oh, jeez, I mean, like, I just got it, but, like, I could go get some more. And, like, you look really big and scary and important, so, like, yeah, man, you just do whatever you need. Yeah, I got you.
Oh, thank you.
I do ask in return one small smooch on the cheek.
I oblige.
You give them a little smooch, and they, like, feel some hultish influence, and they're like, ooh, that's hot. Like, in a literal way. Not like in a super sexy, but, like, it kind of burns a little. I'm digging it. You do your thing. Rock on. And they just boogie.
Yeah. Excellent.
Then
Then
I'm
I'm-
back of your gauntlet on his face.
No.
Give us a kiss. Whack.
I'm lawful evil.
And you get some, like I said, it was opium, but it's some sort of downer that you can probably slip into something this guy's got.
Okay. I know that he's got a water skin,
Yes.
but that's probably, like, sealed.
It's pretty sealed. It's unclear exactly how you could get some drugs into this guy. I mean, he doesn't seem to notice that you're a threat.
Are the followers of Hextor known for being strong-willed?
Yes.
Okay. Good to know.
Like, looking at this guy, it's kind of weird. One
Is
of the
he
things,
armed?
No, he's armored, but he's not armed. One of the
Okay.
things that threw you off is that he kind of looks like a wimp.
Like, almost like the armor's too big for him, or?
Yeah, like he's wearing like a chain shirt, and you're like, this punk is a cleric of Hex. Who's this punk? And then you saw the broken arrows, and you're like, cleric of Hex. But I mean, like, you don't need to be strong to be a cleric of Hextor. Like,
It's fair.
your wisdom and your knowledge of religion were able to help you overcome the stereotypes of the clerics of the religion, and you were like, a cleric of Hextor can be anyone, just someone who believes that the strong should rule over the weak.
Right, to the very extreme of that statement.
Right, like, well, I mean, like, Holt leaves room for... Well,
Nuance.
right, well, yeah, if the weak overcome, they weren't weak. You're wrong. Hextor says...
They were always weak.
Right, yeah, Hextor
If you're weak
says,
once, you're weak forever.
Right, yeah, Hextor is like, you're weak forever, and Holt's like, I don't know.
Well, no, actually, strength is something that you can build up.
Strength is something you can build. You can't sleep on these people. If you ain't streets ahead, you streets behind.
Okay. I'm gonna need a second to think.
Fair enough. Harlan, there is a sharpshooter in the tree opposite yours.
If I shoot with the gunshot sound,
You're breaking up.
If you shoot, like, the gunshot will sound, but, like, if you time it real good, you can make it part of the music.
hell yeah. I line up my shot and wait for the beat to drop.
Give me that delicious perform roll, or just raw charisma.
Form gun.
Alternatively, you can become one with the music, and things will get weird.
You're roboing again.
I'm sorry, you are a robot pitch.
All over me with the music.
1, 3.
Oh, much better.
You'll disconnect. You ever have one of those days where you're just like, this may as well happen?
In the manner of speaking,
Harley
yes.
to the rhythm.
So do you become part of the music?
Yes.
Okay. So you successfully become part of the music, which means you become heavy. Harlan becomes hardcore. I don't know exactly how deep he was into murder before, but the music makes him pretty hard into murder.
His previous opinion of murder was largely ambivalent. You know, a lot of times it's them or it's you. Unless someone really, really deserves it.
Right.
And this guy really, really deserves it.
That's what the music is doing to you. The music has turned that into everyone deserves it. Everyone's guilty of something. That's the thing. Fire and forget, baby. If you killed everyone on the planet, your karmic index would be good, because there's so much evil out there. The sensation is fleeting, but it allows you to fire with only a -2 penalty.
Nice.
You're slightly distracted from the oppressively dark feelings you're currently experiencing.
I would also like to take the time to aim for bullseye shot for a +4.
Oh Lord! Roll it.
That's a 33.
Oh my God! Just a moment, please. In a bit of the bitterness irony, you insist that Judy not breathe. And then you fire.
Fucking
fuck, I love that scene so much.
Me too.
My only complaint is that what's-her-face says that there are 4 bullets for Big Boy, and they fire 2 and then say they're out. I feel like a scene got lost, but whatever. Anyway, Meredith, before we deal with the result of that shot, we're gonna need to figure out what you do with Hextor Man.
Oh yeah. Okay. So what I'd like to do is try to blend off into the crowd long enough to where I can get behind like a group of people, cast disguise self to look like someone else.
Perfect. A roll
Excellent.
isn't even necessary. You just do that.
Awesome. Generic like hot elf androgynous.
Perfect.
Gender, never heard of her.
Corellin Marethian guides my hands.
I did, spend the better part of a few days talking to that priest, so I was a little bit inspired.
Just
saying, and
like there were some words in there that got your head thinking, like, yeah, gender is just like a suggestion,
So when you say that this guy looks a little bit like a wimp, what I'd like to do is come up behind this guy, What sort of opium related thing did I grab?
It's some sort of downer. You're not exactly sure. You can give me a knowledge alchemy roll to identify.
No,
it
like
further.
like the object. Like, is it
Yeah,
like
the-
a food?
Oh, it's
Yeah, is it
like, no, it's like a little cube.
Okay, excellent. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in my mouth, on my tongue, come up behind this guy, grab him, and kiss him,
Okay. Give me,
Yeah!
passing it into his mouth.
Give me a
Pass the
delicious
tab.
combat maneuver bonus roll. Because
Okay.
his combat maneuver defense isn't going to be great. Like I said,
Aye.
he is a wimp.
Alright, so that's... rolled a 17 plus CME is 12, so that is 29.
Oh Lord, my bones! Where's that CMD? Oof. Oh, it's not very good. Not very good for him. Oh God! What did you get on your combat maneuver bonus roll?
29?
His combat maneuver defense is 18.
Jesus Christ, he's a shrimpy!
He's fucked. You fucking slap your hands on his shoulders, and he has enough time to say, "Unhand me, you!" before you just fucking shove your tongue in his mouth.
Yep.
And you just shove that fucking little cube down his throat. And give me a fortitude save and a will save, and he will do the same.
Sure. Fort.
Might as well take advantage of those amazing saves.
It truly is. Looking at my numbers, I was not concerned, and will
What does your aura do? Does it lower people's saves, or is
only
it
for fear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, you add your charisma bonus to all your saves, right?
This
This is
D20 is fucking nuts today.
Dear Lord! You shrug it off. I don't
Drugs
know.
too.
I don't know how hard it is to shrug off like opium or heroin, but you do it. You
I don't
fucking
need that anymore.
You fucking power through it. And this
Meredith
guy,
can. Yeah.
this guy, he's not as fucked up as you would hope he is, but he's pretty fucked up. And
Oh, he's not as fucked up as I hope he is.
I'm sorry. And like he grabbed, like now he's grabbing your shoulders, and he's just like now you're. Now you're just like
We're just sort of dancing.
Right, you're sort of dancing and holding on to each other. He's like, "What did you do to me? What happened?"
Everyone deserves to party, sugar. And I'm going to hit him with a touch of corruption.
Ugh,
So he owes me 2 more fortitude saves.
ugh. Oh my God. Okay, so you got a 14 and a 15. What happens to this poor man?
Well, he's gonna be fatigued and staggered.
Oh God.
And well, I rolled the least amount of damage possible. So 2, 3, 4 points of negative of unholy damage.
Strangely enough, the unholy damage doesn't have an effect.
That's fine.
But he
Just
does
give
like
him-
grab onto you, and he just starts confessing.
Oh.
Not like super hard, not like to everything. He's just like, I'm sorry for what I did. I'm with you. I'm with you 100%. I don't wanna just.
Let it all out. All you gotta do is have a great time.
You know what? Yeah, I'll just sit here and have a good time with you. I'm okay with that. You know, I had some
Yeah.
other plans. I don't know what happened to them, but I'm here with you, and I feel safe and scared, which is a weird combination, but I'm down with that. You know.
I get that a lot.
And then, like, in time with, like, a big drum solo, a shot rings out, and nobody can even hear it. Harlan, good news. The guy you shoot gets fucked. The bad news is he shoots Mary.
Oh, fuck.
Like, you shoot him, and just, like, the adrenaline surges in his body. You hit him in the shoulder, and, like, it goes... The bullet must have gone down into his, like, chest cavity. I don't want to say this guy is fucked, but that's bad. That's
Yeah,
the opposite of good.
if it hits you in the shoulder and like ricochets off your bone and into your chest cavity, that's not great.
No, that's bad.
Yeah,
That's a bad
it's
place
the
for
worst
that.
kind of pinball to play.
But this guy fires a shot in response, and you're too focused on him. You can't see anything else. But
Deadeye.
this guy this guy fires, and then his move action is get on the other side of the tree, and he's out. You can change your focus, but if you do, you're not going to be able to see this guy again.
No, I'm on him.
You're on him.
He is mine.
It's Ogre. If he pops his head out, he's not going to have a head anymore. Tragedy, ain't it?
Ain't it? Ain't it just?
Meredith, you're a little busy. Meredith, as long as you stay with this guy, he's not going to do anything.
Okay.
That being said, Cass and Sam, the two of you are free to investigate Mary?
So we didn't hear. Yeah, did we hear his gunshot?
Yeah, you
'Cause
hear
it
his
wasn't in-
gunshot, but like
He
nobody,
didn't
like people barely notice that anything has happened.
Check on Mary. See what's going on with her.
Okay. Can I see her through the crowd?
You can! Give me a perception roll with no penalties.
Having two character sheets is a bitch. That is a 26.
26. She's hurt. It's bad. It's not like I'm gonna die bad, but this is gonna compromise things bad.
We need to go. And I just I'll grab Cass's arm and I'll just beeline it through the crowd.
Cass, if you take your eyes off this guy, he might become a problem. Might.
Yeah.
There's a far diminished chance of him becoming a problem because he's tripping balls right now.
So my friends know about him already, and they're keeping an eye on him. So yeah,
That's
I'll-
also
I'll-
true. You can apply you can apply a follower from the Outcasts to watch this guy, and they will be the first people who get in his way. I would recommend sending a brute.
I didn't actually create any particular brutes. I mean, Chronic was the most martial of the ones I created. There are probably others.
But say Chronic is pretty good, but he's not a brute.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what's the name of your half-orc buddy from Wind City?
Grim. I mean, would he have come to this?
He'd have moved
I mean-
heaven and earth to come here because you said it was important.
Oh, and it's for my dude too. That's true.
Like, he has two
like-
reasons to be here, and you spot Grim in the crowd. Fucking miracle of miracles.
It's like, fuck. I just I'm right there. I run over to him. I give him a bone-crushing hug, which
Oh yeah.
you know he's one of the people who can take it. I say, Grim, it's good to see you. It's a lot to ask, but can you take care of something for me?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. I'm with you 100%.
All right, that guy over there tripping balls. He's one of the bad guys. He's working with the Black Hand.
And,
Can you keep an eye on him?
like, you don't need to explain anything else. You just say, he's one of the bad guys, and Grim is like, yeah, I'll make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
I mean, didn't want to just like pick him out and kill him because it could wreck the mood of the party, and we don't want to do that.
No. I'm not gonna kill him. I'm just gonna make him wish he was never born. It's all good.
All right, and then I run off and join Sam. I'll unless you have Zodru do it, I can shove my way through the crowd.
Oh yeah. Like, three of you shove your way through the crowd, and like.
Okay, so go ahead.
Like the thing about Grim is that he's just a big guy. like if he puts you in a bear hug, I don't know how you get out. He's just huge.
You get out by
The-
being bigger, but if you're not, then you're fucked.
Right.
The one thing I might add for Grim is that there's gonna be a lot of distractions here because he does have an elf boy fetish, but you know, it's like, it's like I came to support Cass. Fuck, look at all these.
Hey boy. Now he's willing to put that aside for you for a little while.
Yeah. Mhm. He's also a martyred guy, so
I'm
this
about
is
to say,
important.
I also forgot he was a murder worshiper. So he's also not indulging. So he's straight. He's fine. And also he doesn't judge. Like he sees that you're tripping a little, and he's like, yeah, whatever. And you're like, that guy's tripping balls, and he's a bad guy. Cool, whatever you say.
All right, do we get to Miri?
You guys do in fact get to marry.
Okay.
Who the fuck shot you?
I don't know. Fuck. Sorry, I was talking
Where
to
did
someone.
where did it come from?
Unclear. It's funny how that works.
While this is going on, I'm literally just gonna I'm gonna summon this thing,
Ooh.
and it's gonna cast Cure Serious Wounds on Mary.
That's cool.
Hell yeah.
The problem isn't necessarily the wound. So the issue is that she's been shot through the knee. That kneecap has been shattered.
Cure Serious Wounds won't heal that?
No, you need.
Oh, okay. Then that's-
you need a heal
that's
check
fucked then.
and time in order to fix wounds like that. I'm not saying healing her isn't a bad idea, but it's not gonna fix the problem. What is this thing?
Hey, Skedis is a
It's an angel,
witch,
basically.
and he might very well have the that there is a witch hex that's the regenerative one that Cass had.
She just remarks, "There's not enough time. They caught me right before we're starting. It's okay. I'll be fine."
Will that, like, at least help?
It'll help. It'll make it. It will lower suspicion because anybody who sees her wounded like that is gonna be like, "What's going on?" Like the bloody wound is gonna arouse as much suspicion as the limp she's carrying.
They have some drugs. The fairies have some drugs that completely neutralize pain.
No good. I don't need it. I told you. I'm fine. I can do this.
We believe in you, Mary.
The cool thing about a Bralana Azata is that it just kind of looks like an elf.
So it's just chilling.
Right, like you summon something that looks like this, and it's just like, "What do you need?" And you're like, "I need a healing spell," and he's like, "Done. All right, cool. Who's your friend?" Just gonna hang out a little bit.
Yeah, you can hang out as long as you want.
Cool.
You're also free to go, because apparently that's not enough, but there's nothing more you can do, so.
I know the feeling.
Yeah,
he starts a
there's
conversation.
probably a pretty good chaotic good energy about this whole event simply because Cass organized a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh.
he starts conversing with you about like the cosmic injustice of healing magic versus the healing skill, and he's like, "It does seem somewhat awkward that someone with a punctured lung can't be healed via magic alone, but."
I dispel him in the middle of his sentence.
It's like, this is useless, shut the fuck up!
All right, I go back and find Grim once we're sure Miri's okay, as good as she's gonna be.
Yeah, it's not too difficult. Grim catches, like you're able to catch Grim next to this guy close to the tracks. Like it's pretty clear he wanted to cause some trouble, but it's pretty unclear if he's capable of causing anything right now. He is desperately trying to keep it together, and he's losing. He's on the losing side. I'm not gonna say he won't be able to overcome this and do something, but he's pretty fucking far from overcoming this. And Grim just asks, "You want me to deal with this guy?"
I don't do anything that's gonna break the mood over here, but yeah, if you can just make sure he's not gonna be making trouble.
I can do that. I mean, okay, the question is, do you want me to do it now, or do you want me to, like, keep an eye on him? Because I can stop him before he does anything, but that might be distracting. If I take care of him right now, no one's gonna notice anything.
Just keep an eye on him for now.
Okay, you got it. Got your back.
Yeah, fuck, it's been such a long time now. It feels like I don't even know how long it's been. So much has happened.
I bet.
Alright, I'll talk to you after this thing, and everything's going fast and furious. And I have to introduce you to my other friends. That all my buddies from the wilds are here. This is great.
I'd appreciate that.
But
Sounds nice.
I have to pay attention to this shit. Ah! And, wired cast just sort of zips around. It's like, ah! All my friends are here and I can't talk to them.
It sucks. And then it's time.
I feel
Right. The Moloch Express comes a running.
okay. Time
And
for
fucking
locomotive
Mary
dance.
limps out onto the tracks. And she just shouts at everyone to be like, "Stand back! Stand back, everyone! I can make this happen. Too long we've suffered under the yoke of Connor and the Moloch Express. Today we make him listen to us. All of us." And the band is jamming. Like they hit like some simmering tones. Like they're not done jamming, but there's like
Does the dude who can amplify like sounds like amplify her voice?
Yes, absolutely. He amplifies her voice, and like he's waiting for the train to get here. Like this is his masterpiece. If he lands this is gonna be the new sound for all of Septemport. If he fails, well, he dies.
The record deals are gonna be sick.
The record deals are gonna be so fucking sick.
This is definitely time for locomotive breath.
And she's
Yup.
standing on the fucking tracks. It's insane. Like the sensation, like a lot of you like sort of aren't paying attention to what's going on. Sorry, Harlan, you're too busy making sure this fucker doesn't do anything. And if he does anything, if he moves beyond that tree, he's dead. Not dead, but he's fucked.
No, he's dead.
Put a bullet through the tree and be done with it.
Unfortunately, you don't have adamantium rounds.
I'm trying to focus my eyes down the tracks towards the train. Now, does the train have any outriders? Like anything that's like gonna be clearing the way for them?
Nope, it's just got the thing on the front of it that moves things aside.
Cowcatcher.
Yes, that's the one. And just fucking everything is silent except for the sound of the Moloch Express and the quiet the quiet and the humming intensity of the band, but everyone else is just watching like the moment of truth has arrived. Like, oh yeah, we're partying. Party's over.
I'm trying not to focus on what's gonna happen because I'm just focusing on anything that might be like an attempt to stop it.
The Death Watcher fucking keels over. He can't. He just fucking can't. He's overwhelmed. The spirit's being too good for him. He can't intercede. And the train is coming. Oh Lord, it's coming. And all at once, it's here. And then there's Bedlam.
Can't watch. No.
And then
All right, what happened?
and then a tiefling suplexed a train. Achievement unlocked. Train suplex.
Yes.
And like she's able to pick it up over the band so they don't die. And the entire Moloch Express goes along with it. You can see
All the cars.
everything. Like just properties of gravity, matter, and acceleration, everything goes along with it. Sorry, that image wasn't great. Here's a full sight one. Full image. And it's just like muscles are strained, bones crack, blood pumps. Mary looks like shit. Channeling the force of this powerful, overwhelming belief into her tiny tiefling body is taking a toll, but Mother of God, the train is flying.
Holy shit.
It's a miracle. Like, no exaggeration.
Sorry. That was inappropriate sneeze. Sorry.
It's okay. And it's just, like,
Incredible.
followed by a roar of cheers. And everyone's just, like, super fucking stoked. You have derailed the Moloch Express.
Suck it,
Yes!
Connor.
It's over. It's all over but the crying. And she fucking collapses. And you know, like after the cheering roars, and
I'll get over her when she collapses and get her back up on her, at least the pretense of her back up on her feet. So it doesn't, it looks like she's still in the, functional.
good optics. And like the train cars are fucking flying, but because she situated people in the right places, nobody gets hurt.
She read the tactic.
It's just physics. Like if you asked her, she'd say, "It's just physics." And like everybody's super proud and everybody's super pleased. And then the train cars start to move.
Oh no.
Excuse me?
Transformer train in disguise.
Not quite. Something very similar. The cars like begin to move. Like there's a giant pile of rubble at the far end of the track, and they begin to move. And out of it climbs a very angry machine.
Okay.
Connor?
Oh fuck.
Hold on. Oh baby Jesus.
Sphincter
Sometimes
factors out of 11 here.
sometimes you find an image that's just too good.
Yeah.
And you just can't say no.
I'm visualizing the Iron Giant so far.
You're not wrong. That's Connor,
Oh.
That's Connor?
baby. He's big.
Okay.
He's bigger than a man. And
Oh
he
no.
fucking rumbles over to where like Mary is standing and you have picked her up. And dear God, you didn't know. People can make sense motive rolls.
Yeah.
No, it's not terrible.
Woo.
Okay.
It's not actually good, but it's not terrible.
Oh, Cass, he's mad. Meredith,
Mm-hmm.
this is a level of pissed off you've never seen before. Like
Oh,
a whole
not even
other.
from me and Niamisa.
Misa never got that mad. Your dad never got that mad. This is a level of rage that goes beyond. And he picks up Mary by the throat.
Okay, if he keeps getting that close, I'm gonna be.
Yeah, actions need to be taken.
I mean, I'm right on top of Mary.
We're being
Um,
cutscened right now.
right, so there's some box text, but like if you guys want to like rush in to like defend her, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meredith, that sense motive changes context.
Okay.
You've never seen anger turn so quickly to fear. Like he grabs her by the throat and picks her up, and she's just fucking limp in his arms. Like she's got her arms wrapped around his wrist so that he can't choke her so bad.
Yeah.
But that's all she can do. But everyone else, they look angry. Like all of the drunken, stoned, and addled onlookers, they're like, you don't get to take this from us. And when the rest of you, Harlan accepted, rush forward, he looks around and you can see the fear in his eyes. You didn't know a machine could feel fear. And he looks at you and says, "This is my bargain. She lives. I walk."
Then start walking.
Good. And he drops her. And then he goes back to the train and starts moving things around. And just fucking, there is a second cheer from the crowd that's like, yeah, you have no power over us.
Coward.
If he killed all of you, it'd be very bad PR. But there is definitely some coward vibes.
I got the impression that he saw all of us and was like, "Oh, maybe I can't kill all of them."
No, it was the crowd that kind
It
of
was the
that
crowd.
scared him.
Like the four of you, maybe.
Yeah, he could kill all of us for sure.
All
Well,
2,000 of you and then some?
Yeah. Plus like fairy fuckery.
What I was gonna do is just if we had a fight, I'd just shout to the crowd. He's vulnerable. He can be beaten.
And he knows that's what you can do. And just like, do you want to fuck with that? Or do you cut a deal?
Because frankly, if we can get through that epic DR of his,
That being said, he's also been damaged from the crash. Like, the crash has definitely damaged him. He looks a little... He doesn't look... He's not... I don't know.
Does he have a dent?
He has a dent! There are dents in him!
did we know that Connor was gonna be on this thing?
No.
No.
We had no fucking clue.
That being said, you may speak to him if you wish. As I said, he's moving train cars around.
I don't fucking know what to say to him.
And like the rest of the crowd is just like fucking ecstatic. Like, not only did we derail the Moloch Express, we got Connor to back down. We won. Game over.
S is gonna go over towards Connor. It's like while he's rummaging through the cars, I'll just jump on top of one of the cars. And just say it, just like,
Yes.
I don't know, but I think you made a bad investment.
I made a calculated risk. My math was wrong.
So, are you gonna cut your losses?
If you're asking if the relics are yours, the answer is yes. You're more trouble than you're worth.
That's good to hear. How do we collect?
My agents will find you. I would suggest you meet them in Wind City, unless you want them to keep tracking you down.
Hmm.
Evernever won't stop them. The wind is against him, especially now. Especially now. If he tries to stop my couriers, he will pay dearly.
Well, it was interesting to meet you. I jump off the car and walk back to the others.
Yes, in a way, this meeting has been very interesting.
Cass?
Oh, well, I asked him if he was willing to cut his losses, and he said he was going to return the relics to us because we're more trouble than we're worth. Now, could it be a trap? Sure. But he wants Wind City, which, if you're going to do a trap, Wind City's not the best place for it.
His influence there isn't very strong.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking. But, hey, I'm sure he's thinking about some way he can get some advantage out of it, no matter what. Seems like that type.
But for now, we won.
Yeah.
How's Mary?
Oh, she's fucking chocolate wasted. She's wrecked. I think I broke every fucking bone in my body.
Will it fuck up the miracle if I get you some decent drugs so you don't feel so much pain?
It would. The pain's part of the point.
Okay.
Well, then you'd better walk it off then.
All right. So, hey,
Walking's not an option. I don't think I can stand.
No.
so Miracle's done. Connor's over seems to be moving on. At least seems to be. Yeah, most of the bad guys seem to be neutralized one way or the other.
I want them
Um,
captured.
Okay. Okay. Well, Grim has one guy bottled up. Oh, Grim's here, by the way. He showed up.
Oh,
And I should probably introduce him to Mary. I kind of want to meet her. So,
why
okay.
don't you do that? And I'll
Uh,
round up prisoners.
Okay. And also, there's a big fucking party with some awesome music going on. So at some point, I would like to enjoy that. If we think things are kind of winding down.
We'll have time to celebrate.
I have a very important question, Reynolds.
Shoot.
Has my target appeared from behind the tree?
He has indeed. Is there mercy in your heart, Harlan?
Mm.
No.
No.
You fucking execute this motherfucker. Like he comes out from
See-
behind the tree, like just like in the tree line, you spot him trying to get away, and you're like, nah.
Not
Yeah.
today.
Blyat. And just the fucking dude drops.
That's the thing. His guns are the judge and the jury, but he's the executioner.
What's that like little piece, like section of the brain? There's like there's a nickname for it that if you hit it precisely, it's an instant kill. It's like a sniper term.
I think you're referring to something like the occipital lobe or something.
No, there's like it's like a fruit name.
I don't know.
It's like the one place that if you hit it, even reflexes don't cut in. So if you hit it, the person doesn't get a can't pull a trigger on reflex or anything.
The occipital lobe is responsible for visual processing, so not that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, you shoot him, you shoot him, and he drops. It's fun to kill a man, to take everything he had and everything he'll ever have. Your roll on the sacrifice roll was a 45.
Hmm.
It's actually the medulla, but apricot, that's what it's called. Apricot shot. Snipers aim for the apricot and the medulla oblongata located inside the head, a part of the brain. It basically keeps someone from getting a shot off.
Dear Lord. Carrying multiple important function centers. Comprised of cardiovascular respiration regulation, descending motor tracts, ascending sensory tracts, and the origin of cranial nerves. I can see why that's what you want to hit.
All the important bits.
Harlan, when you're done, all you want to do is take a nap. Do you relent?
I'm gonna hop down from the tree.
Oh, no. You don't have that much time. If you hop down from the tree, you will remain conscious. If you choose to sleep, you will huddle up in your little hammock and rest.
I mean, the hammock is right here.
It is right here.
Oh, Christ. Alright. Good night.
We'll deal with that later. But right now, you are successful.
Well done, everyone.
Congratulations. What's that? Do I hear the sound of a ding on the horizon?
Do you?
I do believe I do. Yes.
Yes! Level up!
We're level 10, right?
Yep.
That is correct.
Fuck yeah!
I learned
Oh, I'm so excited.
flight. Finally.
We can't give Cass flight. She won't be responsible with it.
Cass, you can't fly. That's illegal. Congratulations. You have completed one miracle.
Good job, everyone.
There's many more to go.
How many miracles are necessary for sainthood?
Like 14, I think.
I don't
Jesus.
think so. I'm pretty sure it's only 3 documented miracles. General characteristics. They must be an exemplary mortal, an extraordinary teacher, a wonder worker, or a source of benevolent power, an intercessor. A life often refusing material attachments or comforts, in possession of a special and revelatory relation to the holy. Thaumaturgy, the purported capability of a magician or work of magic. Amid their faults and failings, they kept moving forward and proved pleasing to the Lord.
It says only 2 miracles actually for to confirm miracles.
2 miracles it is. If you can
What?
commit one more miracle, then Mary will be an ordained saint of Marduk.
So right now she's a blessed, or yeah, she's beautified.
That sounds correct.
I'm gonna pick up gnome and
Oh yeah, I need to take a point of linguistics so I can keep my Elvish. That okay, Ronald?
Yeah, sure.
No.
Oh, Mary has gained some statistics points.
alright. What other language did I not speak that I lamented not speaking?
Unclear.
Oh man, I want slow. I want spell sword. I want fireball. Fuck. I want vampiric touch.
Yeah, you do.
Well, I can't really use it right now until I get spell storing weapon. But it'll be really good.
Ah, giant. Well, that's not a problem anymore.
So to be specific, this is what Connor looks like. Oh wow. Okay. That image failed completely. My apologies. This image also failed. My fucking bones. Can I show off this robot or not?
Do you have the image locally? Or like,
I
can
have
you
it on
pull
a
it up
Google.
on your...
I have it on
Right,
Google.
so-
I have it on a Google image search, but when I open image in new tab, it's like, oh nope, this doesn't exist.
Just like, do Windows Shift S and take a snippet
There
of
we
it.
go. I got it. Like that's what
Oh.
Connor looks like in the original canon of the thing. So like, despite his increased size, he does have people-like traits. Like he wears clothing.
I feel like I should order my.
Have you ever showed us this one before?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, I remember a different image that you gave us, Connor, the first time we saw it.
I've given a couple.
Yeah, I think you used the adamantine, like a art Pathfinder art for the adamantine golem.
There are a couple of those.
What is this image from? Ronald?
The game Septemport, which is the game from which Septemport is based.
Sweet.
Terra Core.
Yes.
What connection does it have to Septemport?
Basically the whole thing. I stole it. Septerra is originally a planet with 7 tiers of floating continents. Instead, I have adapted that to a mountain with 7 districts. Originally, the core of the planet, light from the star reaches the core of the planet only once every 150 years. This is an event known as the Great Conjunction, from which the keys of the creator, which were taken by Marduk and hidden among his people, can be used to access the core of the planet, which allows those who are present to do whatever they want. I adapted that into the keys of the gods at the core of the creator's stronghold grant those who bring them limitless wishes.
What about like District 3 being trash? I mean, the District 2 being trash and
Yep,
Wind
that's
City
all
and all
that's
that.
all from the source material.
Oh, okay.
I stole it. I stole the whole thing.
I don't care.
I'm a
Yeah.
naughty thief.
I mean, if you want me
I
to
had
call
no
you
idea,
that,
but been enjoying it. So
I mean, I feel like a lot of D&D shit is kind of inspired by a lot of media.
oh yeah,
I don't know
So
what
I
you're
I mean,
talking about.
Yeah, so it's like, well, like a lot of DMs will like take shit from like MTG or like Lord of the Rings or like
Dark
they'll
Souls.
just- Dark Souls, like just like whatever the fuck they like, they'll just like that'll influence like their games. I feel like.
I mean, freaking Michael Moorcock. I mean, his stuff got his gun ripped off wholesale.
More cock?
More cock.
I played StarCraft, and it's a completely original product. There's the Terrans and the Zerg and the Protoss, and I see no relation between them and any other science fiction properties, living or dead. It's not like
Alright.
the Zerg are just Tyranids or something.
Pith and I got a trial we got to run to.
Do it, you Melvins.
We shall. Thank you for